Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to another day in the African Elite Championship. My name is Groundscast, and out here today, I've got my analyst, the man himself, Isaac Einstein. How are you feeling today, my guy?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, Crowns. How is everybody doing as well? What's going on, Crowns?
Man's are more right. Matter of fact, I am actually psyched today, man, because I wanted to see more clearly today. I had to switch up the glasses. But anyway, this is the African Elite Championship brought to you by 3 Crown Esports, proudly sponsored by Kyrie Fest. So that being said, if you haven't, found your way to be part of any of those two people I've mentioned, you're definitely in the wrong. But anyway, let's jump straight into it. We did see a whole lot of craziness yesterday, didn't we, Isaac?
Absolutely. Yesterday was a wonderful, wonderful stream. We got some great stats and analysis before we begin the first games of the second day in the African Elite Championship. And yesterday, we got some really good chicken dinners, some really good tactical plays, and a lot of grenades and smokes being used. Grounds, you remember that?
I tell you, and one thing he said about those chicken dinners, if you think he's kidding when he says those chicken dinners were beautiful, man, you might want to go back, because we saw 2 games end up with a snipe to get us the winner chicken dinner. That is, if that is not what we call crazy, I do not know what else you will call crazy. But anyway, I'm still looking forward to seeing what we've got today. We did see hectic performances coming in from teams yesterday, and one of those teams, I'm not even going to say the team on number 1 on that leaderboard, I'm going to say the number 2 team that we saw. I believe it was Aec Esports yesterday.
Aec Esports, yep, they did wonderful stuff. They really showed what they're made of, and today they'll definitely want to go up in that point distribution we have got there, ladies and gentlemen. First, we're gonna go with 10 points. The first person gonna go with 10 points. Second position goes with 6 points. Third position goes with 5. But that is the placement points. Fourth, just as you see on your screen there. You want to talk about the crowns? You want to talk about the points distribution?
Yeah. Exactly, and this points distribution is what we like to call there is no room for camping, because I mean, even if you camp, you only get to second place, and that gives you only 6 points. And with the 2 points in the first kill, or the 2 points per kill in the first 2 zones, you know that when it comes to that placement points, to get 6 points, all you have to do is get 3 kills early on in the game. And then, even speaking about that, not just the placement points, but look at the price distribution. We mentioned this a lot yesterday. $800 is what you get for finishing in first place. And then if you finish in second place, there's a $400 difference. That is $400.
Nobody would definitely want to lose that amount of money. Everybody would definitely want to try and get their hands on the $800. Going to third place being $200, so that's another $200. So it's basically half of the step ahead, pretty much. But when we get, I think the interesting thing about the African Elite Championship and why I think it's a great tournament, it's at least everybody's gonna have a part of the whole cake. We got from first to the 8th getting something, and going back home with some kind of prize.
Yeah, exactly. And well, even if you finish in 9th to 17th, you still get a slot in the African Elite League, which we're going to be getting real soon. But anyway, we'll be looking at once again the squads that we've got in this wonderful tournament. We see the players there from Citizens Esports, HORZ Esports, the Owl Esports, and Art of Killing. We didn't really see Art of Killing come into play yesterday, and we kind of hope we may or may not see them today. But if we don't, I mean, we still have 16 players in the lobby, maybe not too much affected. But Citizens, a team that we didn't really see yesterday, Isaac.
Yeah, Citizens, they really impressed us in the 3rd and 4th games. They did really well. A team that I really want to see more coming up from them will be the RILA Insiders. Right now, showing on your screen, the RILA Insiders. Yesterday had a very disappointing, shaky day, but hopefully today they've gone back to the drawing board and they have rejuvenated themselves. Slime 4KT, a very popular team with Storm 4KT. Right there, enjoying the MVP of the day yesterday. This guy was absolutely insane with the way he was playing and the way he balanced his play throughout the whole day.
Yeah, exactly. And when we're talking about Slime doing well, we see the other teams who did well one round. The team that actually finished, with the most points yesterday, also doing so well, and they will be in the lobby today. Team Epic Bullets will also be coming in. They've had a slow start yesterday, but I know this team, they know when to bounce back. Blackjack Esports, though, coming up with so much consistency, and it was kind of crazy to see where they ended up on the leaderboards yesterday, but I mean, I'm still quite excited to see them today, because I know Blackjack Esports, if there is one thing they don't want to do, they don't want to keep dropping down the leaderboards.
They definitely don't want to keep dropping out the leaderboard. And Aec Esports, these guys are a menace for this league, because they are definitely trying to push one round all the way up for the money there. We've got Cyclone Shield Esports coming in. Team Apex also doing very well in the 3rd and 4th map. And as usual, Team EFX, coming in with a winner in the chicken dinner in the later part of the day. They would definitely want to try and get another one today as well.
Yeah, exactly. And, so many people were saying yesterday that maybe the reason why Team Apex did not do too well in, a couple of their games was because Andrew is not playing. So I hope we see that player actually in here, as we see EXODU being the last team to accompany us in today's games today. But that being said, I was talking about the players there from Team Apex. I know we called them out a lot yesterday, expecting that they would actually, pull up, show us a little bit of what they're made of, be the Apex Predators of the lobby. But we've not kind of seen that performances from them yet. We just see them chilling and being passive, like we wouldn't even see them. So That's just Team Apex, right? There's still like a couple of teams. You were saying RILA Insider. Like there's actually so many teams that might need to step up their games today.
Yeah. And I feel like, you know, the competition, it being this elite as it is, sometimes a lot of nerves, the nervousness can come in, and definitely these teams definitely want to try and be aggressive today and try and push the other teams who are already on top of the leadership boards.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of, you know, players, like we have Storm, the man to meet the legend that we were talking about from Slime 4KT. Able to top the whole lobby, being the MVP. You see him out there able to get 13 kills in 4 games. Man, it takes me more than 4 games to get 13 kills, I promise you that. And then so much damage coming in through 2,179. Man, that is a huge amount.
That is a huge amount of damage, this guy. And don't also forget, he's got some really good assists there. He tries to help his teammates when he possibly can, but this guy was really balanced, man. You can even look at the way he's holding his hand right there. This guy's ready.
All right.
He seems to be a ready guy.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that man always ready. And then we're talking about like the overall kill leaderboards, like we saw yesterday. You know, Blackjack Esports having 3 players on this list was absolutely mind-boggling. You know, I'm mind-blown to see that. You know, we're talking about just how balanced that team was playing yesterday.
Absolutely, they played really well. They enjoyed the game. I like it when people are enjoying the game and also being competitive in that aspect as well. But quite interesting to see on the 10th position there, RILA Insider Coco coming in. RILA Insider didn't really do much yesterday, but to have a teammate coming in as one of the overall leaders, he definitely want to try and talk to his teammates to try and back up and try and push more and try to be more assertive in certain angles.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking about that backing up the teammates, right? We can always say that for you know, many of these players that find themselves in the top, because we said yesterday, when you have all 4 players alive, it comes with a different confidence level. You know, players are actually out there supporting their team. You know, making sure they are actually up there, getting those kill points, and you know, support the fraggers. You know, and then this is what we've been talking about, the overall standings, which is what matters. Stop it as it stands right now, looking jiggly, and I'm going to be looking at that 8th place position today, because obviously we want to know what that threshold is that you have to beat to make it into the top 8 position in this lobby.
Absolutely, and definitely if you look at Citizens, they had the position earlier on and they lost it by a couple of points and dropped down, but they are not too far away from that particular threshold, and they would definitely want to try and get there. EFX also would try and want to solidify their lead in the top 8. They definitely want to try and push up with a winner chicken dinner, but yesterday, as we can verify, it's not just about a chicken dinner, it's about more eliminations, because it seems to be that the eliminations carry more of the points, and teams would definitely have to be aggressive and try and push and get more eliminations to try and get up the leadership boards.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, I was seeing the players there from Black Cobra, you know, jubilating yesterday. They're like, come on, guys, we are on a different level, because they're like, you know, we made it into 3rd place with no winner chicken dinners. They're like telling everyone that, you know, do it if it's easy, do it if you think it is that easy. And that's what the players there from the Black Cobra are showing us. We saw them come in with a very crazy performance yesterday in that final game, where we saw them frag the hell out. To be honest, that was actually a very impressive performance coming through from them, you know.
I'm expecting a really aggressive start today, because a lot of teams have warmed up yesterday. They've kind of gotten a bit acclimatized to the situation, and definitely want to try and be more aggressive and try and get early points, because one round got an early point gap and then they were able to sustain the rest. So teams definitely want to push for the first round here.
All right, I'm going to be sending you over to our casters as we're about to get into the game. Enigma and Glazerboard, take us away.
Let's go, baby.
Welcome, guys, to day 2 of Aec Grand Finals. And right here with me, we got our famous local guy, the What's a Nade guy. We got Uncle Glazerboard. Glazerboard, how you doing?
Hey, good evening, Mr. Enigma. It's good to be here, man. Thanks for joining me and letting me join you. Great to be here.
Awesome stuff. We're getting ready to head into day 2. And yesterday, day 1 was only violence. It was insane. One round surely showed up. They started the leaderboard off very well. And look at our schedule for today. So we got an Erangel starting pretty soon. Then we got a Miramar map coming up next. Man, I love the sniping in the hills. Sanhok match never disappoints, and then ending it off with another Erangel match. What do you think about that one, Glazerboard?
That's great, man. I love the big maps. I like to see the action and the hot drops, especially on these big maps. Seeing all the teams jump in one spot, even if the map is that big, seeing them all huddle up and try to get those kills quite early in the game.
Oh, and they definitely have to hunt for those early kills in the game, as the first zone is 2 points compared to what the rest of the zones are. So we'll have a lot of teams going for those extra points early in the game. Well, yesterday, we thought we were going to see that yesterday as well, and they started off a little bit slow, and then they started to pick up here by game 3. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to handle it. Will we see more aggressiveness from teams, or are they going to play a little bit more strategically?
Most definitely. I agree with you. It'll be nice to see if we can pick up a couple of nades as well. Shouting that out on the international level will be something different. And something nice to see as well, the mollies and the nades on the big maps especially. Like I said, and I don't know if we're going to see much people all in one vehicle. Not in these international scrims. I'm sure we won't see that.
Not at all, not at all. You'll usually see maybe 2 at most. In the beginning, I mean, it's all scramble for vehicles. And we've seen some crazy rotations there with people getting lasered out of vehicles. Now, if you are new to the scene, that alone, just on the sprays that we have seen on the stream yesterday, that is legendary status right there. Like, give them an MVP prize. They've done it. They've conquered the game. But talking about the nades and the throwables, you'll see the analytics at the end of the games. Yesterday, we had insane of 300 throwables. That was insane to see that many throwables in a game.
Oh.
There we go. Jumping right into Erangel, our first match for day 2. Take us away, Glazerbot. Where do you think, who is going to take it? Who's going to jump hot?
Oh, I wouldn't know who's going to jump hot where. I definitely want to see some action by the Jorgapol, the containers, but I'm also expecting some in military base. That's always a good place to jump and a good place to find the high-level loot as well. Primorsk seems to be a good place these days for a lot of the teams. I mean, locally, we do see a lot of teams jumping inside Primorsk, finding the loot in there and huddling up in one place. But I do see the guys jumping up there to Zarki, which is not something you often see around here.
Definitely you see Citizens. They're right there next to Citizens. Looks like we got Blackjack Esports following them quite close. Quite a few teams going to their normal jump locations. So it's going to be interesting to see if there's going to be some changes. Yesterday in Pachinki, we had 2 teams constantly on Erangel fighting it out to see who's going to keep Pachinki. So I want to see now tonight, did one of the teams actually pull out of Pachinki? Have they chosen a new drop location for their Erangel match? And there we go. Look at our zone, military zone. Are we definitely gonna see a few people there with breach camping? Can already see there down south, RILA Insiders right there next to that bridge, upper 6 compound.
Yeah, so close to each other. I do see, like you said, military base. I see the guys around school apartments as well. You see guys huddling up and jumping in the same areas. Well, there is some action happening. I do see Cobra Spider taking out some of the EX guys. Owl going down there as well. Ooh, the action is already happening so early in the game. Good to get those early kills, get the points racked up very, very early.
Black Cobra right here inside the military base. They got one knock. Looks like the teams have all split up. Look, one on this tower. They have one on the garage on the opposite side, confirming that knock. Beautiful stuff here from Black Cobra yesterday as well, right here in the military base. They did excellent.
Yes, most definitely. Who is this running Cobra? Oh, more Cobra inside military base. Are there still guys around them? Oh, in the vehicles. Who's that? Slime 4K.
Slime 4KT, one of our most pro teams, making it all the way to PMPL. Yesterday they had a very good game. Can they do it again tonight? Already see a Pronto from Slime 4KT Plaza. They did superbly last night. I definitely want to see more sprays from them. I wonder where they're going to go. It looks like they are looking for some vehicles on these roads.
Yeah, definitely running around, finding some more transport, having the 4 guys in one vehicle. As we said earlier, a very hard thing to do. Being sprayed out of that vehicle, definitely not what you want to have happen. We see him already aiming at that vehicle as they drive past, but the guys are still picking up their loot inside of there, taking some shots at the guys. Still getting away from it, though.
Yeah, definitely not very easy in with only a red dot. I mean, if Matrix they had a 3 or 4x scope, we've seen Coco actually yesterday. He sprayed out 2 Blackjack Esports players from their bikes like it was, man, as soon as the camera switched onto them and as soon as that bike came over that hill, they were down already. Like they didn't even have a chance to react to that at all. That was so quick.
Yeah, no, that's insane. The Blackjack Esports running around the buildings here. Still
Citizens and
scouting
Blackjack
them.
Esports. Yes. Citizens definitely a prominent team. They showed yesterday that they do belong in these finals. Blackjack Esports, top 5 on the leaderboard already. Also a very pro team, also making it at BMCO level. So this is going to be an interesting fight. 2 very OP teams.
Yes, definitely. And I like the way that they split drop as well, the way that they are separated from each other, not all huddled up in one place. That's what I like about these teams and seeing them take the fights on surrounding the other teams in a pro competition like this.
Oh, most definitely. So normally you have one on Overwatch and they like to do a little bit of splits. And look at Black Cobra. As soon as they start pushing a team, these Black Cobra guys, they get all the angles. So if somebody jumps out of a window and Cobra getting naded there by Zar, beautiful, beautiful stuff.
Yeah, that would have been a perfect moment for me. And I'm catching it a little bit too late, but absolutely what a nade. Getting that right outside the house on the corner, rushing right back in again.
So Cobra now has one down. Looks like Team EXODU, they have lost 2 players. In comes Spider. Can he get that revive in? Can he get to his teammates? He does have one teammate on those stairs on top. You can see the other team starting to look for angles, but there's not a lot of angles. They got that whole compound so surrounded. They're looking dangerous, these Cobra guys.
Yes, and the support is absolutely beautiful as well. I mean, the way that he crawled up the stairs to get that revive in with the other 2 covering him from 2 different directions, that is a great strategy for them to pull off there and get the revive in so that they can continue rushing that and get the kills inside the building.
Sol got 4v2.
Ooh.
Oh, that nade almost landing. I'm gonna be quiet. As soon as the nade hits, you know what to do. You're gonna do your thing. Oh, DBS. These DBSs yesterday, Glazeball, I gotta tell you, these DBSs is enough to make me wanna quit.
Oh, what a nade! Once again.
It's all down to ban, and there we go. Team EXODU is the first team to get completely eliminated with 0 kills on the board. So they go back to the lobby, but they still got 3 more games to catch up. So they're not completely out yet. They shouldn't lose their hope just yet. They can come out with a bang. We've seen this last night over and over again. Your teams did very horrible in one game. Next game, chicken dinner in the bag, top 5 on the leaderboard, just like that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, seeing yourself taken out early in one game, but then absolutely dominating the next, and then just keeping with that pace especially. But Cobra, absolutely beautiful rush and a beautiful wipe by the guys from Cobra there. That was wonderful to see.
Ooh, what a beautiful spray. Just look at the Mad Knights getting the angles there, getting 2 knocks as they were about to leave. And the Mad Knights is here to conquer Pachinki.
When out the grenade goes again, right in on them. Oh, but it's just a bit on top of the building. Can't quite get the angle on that nade though, but still rushing around. We'll try and get these kills confirmed. Oh, the pre-fire was too late though.
Mad Knights doing very good there. They do lose 1 player. They have 1 knock. It's down to Ammerwin. Oh, down goes Ammerwin. It's all down to the last player for Mad Knights, and in comes the Beast.
Oh, and quickly reviving in that corner as well. Both teams now. Oh, and that's it. Taking down the last one inside the building. But on the outside, we can see the Beast riding away in this vehicle, trying to come in for the support, but deciding rather to pull away and live to fight another day.
One round, definitely one of the most aggressive teams. And in comes one round, they get one knock, and they're going to push on, and they're going to come in for the squad wipe. They wanted some kills on the board as well.
Oh, yes, definitely. Very, very quick rush that. Right through the window, taking the shots, got the first knock, and rushing in. See what they do here.
One round starting to push on in. And it looks like one round might just pick themselves up 3 kills right here.
Yeah, that's it.
BR Esports definitely in trouble.
Rushing the building, can see them scattering to try and get up here from the outside. Still taking shots, but goes down on the outside. Absolutely beautiful rush by these guys here. Wonderfully done.
Mad Knights and 8 are both eliminated. 2 teams right here inside Pachinki.
And basically inside the same building.
Exactly. All good. And just look at that zone. Look at 4KT coming up from that northern eastern side. Still got a long way to go, as well as Citizens. Blackjack Esports now pulling up right there behind one round. And the majority of the teams already inside of zone.
Yeah, so we still have guys coming in from the south, just below military base. Still trying to get around to the fights that they must have heard going on there inside military, inside the U buildings. But still, guys, BJE rushing right here to Pochinki, trying to come in. I don't know if they maybe heard the gunshots or the fight going on here, but definitely coming in from that opposite direction.
Desert Flame Esports, also one of our most pro teams, making it all the way to PMPL, formerly known as Temper Esports, rebranded, restructured, re-OP. They are just re-everything at the moment.
That's quite interesting to see them back here again, and with a rebrand as well. Absolutely wonderful. We know these guys. We have seen them play so many times. We know how OP and how crazy these guys can get inside the games, how their rush gameplay is as well. Switching between that third person, first person view is something that they do quite often. Yeah, BJE guys being driven right past here. Still one trying to get away from the shots, taking some damage on the outside, on the far outside of Pochinki.
And it looks like one round is on a chase right behind them. One round has done this yesterday multiple times, and it looks like they're here to do this yet again. They're rushing into Blackjack Esports. Now, if Blackjack Esports can actually stop one round here, that's going to be a major game changer for the leaderboard, as one round is currently sitting there in the pole position right on top, and they are just dominating these lobbies. So it's all to Blackjack Esports. They have the skills, they have the players. Can they actually take out one round right here on this hill?
Oh, yeah, that would be wonderful to see. I must say, though, the guys here from one round, that's an absolutely beautiful spray there. The recoil control is on fire. Superior getting taken out there, confirmed as well.
And this with these rotations, that's where you normally lose a player or two. Blackjack Esports still running away there from one round. One round is so aggressive.
Definitely a very high-speed chase going on here. The guy's jumping out of the vehicle, taking a couple of shots, and jumping back in to pursue again. And there we go with them, BJE catching one of the Citizen guys here. Absolutely wonderful. More shots, and another one goes down.
Citizens definitely in trouble. They lost now 2 players in total, and it's still one round. Blackjack Esports and Citizens on this hill, just on the edge of zone. And just look at how carefully they play this. They are aggressive, but they do not run in the open. They do not overexpose themselves. They play this so well, so strategically.
Yes, absolutely. And the smoke wall going up there as well. Still vehicles in the back trying to rush away from being in the open, as you said. See them, the sprays are still going out into the smoke, around the smoke, popping the nades over as well, just trying to get something, some damage there to let them know where those guys are actually lying inside the grass.
Just quickly looking at that zone, moving down southwestern side, away from the military base. Looks like we're going to have an open hill battle right side over there with a lot of teams trying to get in, and they do get taken out. Blackjack Esports lose 2 players again to RILA Insider. Again. Matrix does get knocked there in return as well, but Blackjack Esports will lose 2 of their best players, and 1 round is still behind them, still chasing.
Those shots there from Coco almost takes 1 round player out. Well, getting in the vehicle now, going in for that quick rush, or is he going for the zone? Yeah, turns around, goes for it. Can't quite get to the teammates for the res there, but definitely runs for the zone, making sure that they still have some teammates alive for the rest of this fight.
RILA Insider losing 1 player, Blackjack Esports losing 3 players almost. And it's all 1 round at this moment. If you look at the right hand side there, 1 round currently leading with 5 points there in total. 4 players still alive. They might just go all the way again.
Oh no, definitely that's the way it's shaping up. 1 round now, once again taking out Matrix there, giving themselves more kills, more points on the board. Now with these guys here trying to, the vehicle rushes right up on them, taking shots, but he does get away from it. Getting inside the building, they do have a teammate sitting there as well, but it's not a rush down to get the kill situation though, and still trying to get to 1 round here, taking the shots, drop shot down from the window, and he goes down again, getting confirmed.
1 round, Team Temper, 2 extremely good teams, 2 very aggressive teams, both knocks on both sides. Man, what a fight has this not been. 1 round, looks like they got 2 players left up. Desert Flame still has a full team, only 2 knocked as well. Who's going to win this fight? The majority of the team starting to rotate past that bridge as this fight is going on.
Oh yeah, they definitely have it. The guys here, Maestro running in. The zone definitely doing a lot of damage on him though, but trying to at least heal up and get those kills before he goes down. And just as the player was trying to run out towards him, he does get knocked by the play zone, unfortunately.
In comes those mollies, all these throwables. 1 round, last player left alive. Desert Flames also has 6 guard. 6 guard is a very good CQC player. He can clutch this, but so can 1 round. It's still anyone's game. Who's going to go out here? They need to finish this off really quickly as they need to get into the zone. And there we go. 1 round starting to push on in. And he takes them out. Desert Flame Esports. 3 kills on the board. 12 seem to be eliminated. And 1 round, they get to go a little bit further.
Oh yeah, absolute domination by the 1 round guys. Yeah, I must say, very, very aggressive, but still, as you said, very strategic gameplay as well that the guys are showing us here. The way that they flank the buildings, that they rush the buildings, it's not too out in the open. It's actually a very, very beautiful play, and I'm quite impressed with how far they came and how many kills they put on the board for themselves.
And those points are going to matter. At the end of this game 1, it's definitely going to matter. They with 12 points in total for 1 round. Still got a player left, so that 1 player can still get a little bit of placement points for the team to rank up the kills a little bit more. And currently, COBRA, Black COBRA, focusing on everyone that's starting to rotate in there. They did get 1 knock on Towel, and they get the confirm though. Shooting through that smoke, trying to find them.
Yeah, just a little bit off there with the shots, but definitely, like you said, trying to get into the smoke where usually they think the players would be. That obviously confusing the players just a little bit. Still a spray, and a beautiful spray there. Well done by COBRA once again with another kill. Still, that shot actually made some damage inside the smoke, trying to get that 1 out. So he does seem to manage to get around, trying to get to his player for the revive.
Black COBRA in a beautiful position currently there. An epic bullet right here on the edge, focusing on 4KT, just shooting at the vehicles and everything there through the smoke. Getting a hit here or there. Man, this is just madness. I told you, it's going to be violence today. We don't like peace. We just love the violence.
Yes, for sure. Definitely like to see this, like the violence of this type of game, but only in this game, obviously. This is where we would like to see it. We like to see these rotations. We like to see these shots, the absolute wonderful sprays that are being taken here at these other players. And I'm so impressed with these knocks and these kills that are happening here. The guys building these smoke walls, trying to get closer into the middle of the zone to try and see where all the other players are taking shots at them from. And they are so close. You can see on the screen here how close these players are to each other. But it's definitely a hard cover game at this stage.
Beautiful use of the vehicles, hard cover, and the sides that are open. They're just smoking it away. Team Apex running there right in front of them. Team Citizens made it in, but in comes 4KT with a push. Now they're currently 2-2 split. They got 2 inside the zone. They got 2 on the other side across the road. Beautiful angles. There's nowhere left for Citizens to go without being spotted.
Oh no, most definitely. Still rushing in here through the smoke, around the planes. Players right in front of them, trying to just get that angle. Still gets a knock though, but he does go down. Beautiful player. Wonderfully done. Wonderful kill. And we can see COBRA still dominating the leaderboard at this stage. Yeah, quite a change from the beginning of the game where we saw the one-round guys sticking to that top spot. And now moving over to COBRA for the last one, and they are just keeping themselves there.
Team Apex now, right here, all the action. They got a spot inside zone. They can gatekeep so many teams. They got a solid cover, and in comes Black Cobra, and they're gonna just end it for Team Apex. In comes 2 more. Professor, Black Cobra. Who's it gonna be? Will it be Black Cobra? Will it be Team Apex? Who's gonna get that compound?
Oh, no. COBRA is definitely... Oh, no. Goes down. Thought he was behind some hard cover. That's unfortunate. Losing one of the COBRA players now at this stage of the game. Beautiful shot that goes out there. Doesn't hit the mark, though. The rest of the guys moving around, trying to get on top of them from the other angles. And like you said earlier as well, using those vehicles. Out goes the nades towards those guys by the tree. Oh, what a nade. Does take them down. Some more knocks, some more confirmations from those nades, absolutely peppering them down here, and down goes the team. Wonderful thirsts here as well.
Cyclone Shield Esports now currently FX fighting against 4KT. FX also a very good team. And there we go, 4KT has been eliminated. 4KT eliminated EFX there, taking them out. They still got a full team left. 4KT might just take this game if they play it smartly. 1 round, Escanor, the last player for 1 round, and he is getting a lot of placement points for his team.
It's definitely moving up in those rankings with just like the placement points, and still using that vehicle, using the smokes to try and stay safe, stay away from the shots that might come at this stage from any direction. Depends on where and who sees him first.
I wonder, can Escanor get a little bit more kills for the team? He can do it. He has it in him. Currently, RILA insider. Coco focusing right there. Can he get a knock through the smoke? He sees him. Oh, down goes Coco. Beautiful return fire. Wow, what a reaction.
Oh, and the smoke still here for the guys to advance, get closer, get the loot behind the vehicle here. Gotta see, man, this is just absolutely insane. I mean, this is something you don't see every day. In our tournaments, in our local tournaments, you don't see this many teams left at this stage of the zone.
They played us so good. They all have been here under pressure in finals. They all know exactly what to do. They know how to utilize the vehicles, smokes, everything they have. I mean, if you ask any of those IGLs and you pinpoint on Erangel and you ask Flacco, what is there? He'll tell you exactly how many rocks, how many trees, how many ditches is in that area that you're pointing to. That is how good these players know these maps.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they know it much better than the areas they actually live in. So that's the thing with these guys.
I definitely think so.
Yeah, they know these areas so well. Like you said, every rock, every crevice that they can find cover in, that they can find cover behind. The way to rotate the game as well, to find where the opposite players might be hiding and take those kills before they get killed.
Or currently Coco versus Zodiac. RILA Insider versus Epic Bullet. Oh, that nade looks good. That nade looks very good.
Oh, what a nade. Absolutely beautiful. Cooked to perfection as well.
And 4KT still has a full team. They're right here on the edge, focusing on everyone, trying to find a way into zone. He's still got a few vehicles left. They do have smokes left, but they need to make a play for that zone. They need to get on in. Can they get a knock? Are they going to initiate a push? How are they going to play this one?
Yes, Epic now taking another knock on Owl. Oh, that spray towards the vehicle does a lot of damage. But, he does get away in the grass still. Oh, and from the other side, taken down.
Beautiful shots. 4KT is playing this match extremely good. This is just absolutely amazing. 4KT all around. They do have one player knocked. They can get that revive in. They can still be a full team in this final zone. And that is exactly what you need to win this game. Have a full team. Have good spot inside of zone. Epic Bullet get lasered as he comes around that rock.
Yes, and 4KT still taking those shots, trying to get those kills confirmed from behind the smoke, behind the rocks. The cover that they have here behind this side of the hill next to the road is actually such a good place to be. You can see all around you, but I mean, there are still places that the players can flank them in. So it all depends on the vehicle use and the zone placement at this stage.
And look at one route, EXODU just going with the edge of zone. He's still surviving. He made it to top 5 for his team. The solo player taking out Desert Flame Esports and currently ranking up on those placement points. Beautifully done here by one round.
Oh, and this is definitely what you want to do at this stage, is just stay quiet, lie down in the grass, not make a move, and wait for these teams to start taking each other out. You don't even want to get into a third-party situation there, because you don't want anyone to know where you are. There is no hard cover around him. He can't quite get to the trees without being noticed. So just staying dead still, not making a move and waiting for these other players to pick each other off one by one. And then he might be able to finish this in a much better position than he was in earlier, leaving his whole team leaving his whole team dead and then driving away and at least getting back into zone, back into the play. And like you said, back into the leaderboard.
And look at him slowly getting closer and closer towards zone. And he's got COBRA right there in front of him, though, not taking those shots. He's waiting for the perfect opportunity. He's going to get another kill with placement for his team. Currently, COBRA focusing on 4KT as 4KT needs to get into that zone. And Team Epic Bullet on that side, already on the edge of zone. This is going to be insane. Who's going to take game one?
Oh, and Emilio getting taken out by the vehicle there. COBRA, Spider goes down. Emilio now, oh, and he gets the knock right in front of him, trying to confirm that kill, at least racking up those points at the end here. 5 teams still alive, 1 round, just the 1 player. And definitely those shots would have alerted the other players to sort of roundabout where his position might be. And now we have 4KT trying to get those vehicles back into zone, just trying to use it. And like we saw the other 2 green cars around there, what a beautiful placement of those vehicles, creating some hard cover for themselves.
KT just naded one of their own players. How about that? They just naded their own player, a knock player, crawling towards the enemy, sacrificing himself to show his teammates where to nade. That is teamwork.
That is definitely teamwork. I mean, to sacrifice yourself like that, just for that kill, for that placement as well. And now we see the 4 teams that are left. And Boyka seems to be the only one left there for Owl as well. And then 3 players for Slime, 4KT. Oh, going down though, one of them. And now 1 round still taking shots, but goes down. Zodiac getting the kill. Wonderfully done. Now at least getting into 4th place in this round.
With 10 kills in total, they have so many points from this one game. Absolute beautifully done for 1 round. Actually ending it off with 11 kills as the 4KT knock does bleed out. So 4KT now left with 2 players, Epic 1 player, Owl 1 player. It's still anyone's game. I mean, oh, did that nade almost get him down? That was such a beautiful nade.
That was beautifully thrown and quite a distance as well. I mean, this zone is small, but it's not quite inside grenade distance, either still popping the smokes out, or that's Molly's going out there. The nades coming towards him from 4KT, just trying to get in, trying to get the one kill at least before the second player starts shooting at them. Everyone just playing for field and for area now, making sure that they don't get seen before they can take the other players out. And like you said, still anybody's game. I mean, that one was close though. Still anybody's game. Those two players are not necessarily the ones with the upper hand. I mean, the third party opportunity is quite real, but what a nade! Zodiac going down for KT's grenade. There's one player left, still popping those nades over, trying to get, and they do the damage. Absolutely wonderful, man.
Beautifully done by 4KT, taking game one with that amount of kills, man. They played this so well as a team. Like I say, using those smokes, using the vehicles, using everything they had to their advantage and pushing as one team. That is what we love to see. That team play was amazing. Keeping calm under pressure there in that final zone, not being too overconfident and rushing in the open. They played it smart. They held back a little bit. They made sure exactly where the players were, got the knock or two, and then they moved in. But I ended off with a chicken dinner with 10 eliminations, 58 points in total for game one. Beautifully done by 4KT.
Yes, absolutely. And the damage that they've done there as well. I mean, and just as I said, actually, it's still anybody's game. That the two players are not necessarily the winners, but absolutely beautiful. Well done, guys. What a game.
That is a guy. That was our first game with 4KT, doing absolutely amazing from where they started, their rotations, and how they just dominated this lobby. And you gotta give it up for one round Esports as well. A very aggressive team, and they played it so well, especially Escanor being that solo remaining player for one round, making it to top 5, getting a couple of kills there for a solo as well. He got massive points for his team.
Yes, no, definitely. Yeah, great game, guys. Thank you, Mr. Enigma, for a co-cast with me. Wonderful.
We're going to switch over to our analysts to analyze this game for you in the best way that they know how. So stay with us. We're going to take a short break until we see game 2. Enjoy the analysis, and we'll be right back.
Well. Game. And you can tell the way Isaac is smiling because I jumped out of my seats the instant I saw Slime 4KT grab that win.
That was an insane game we just saw there. And I'm so happy because a lot of our predictions came through this particular game. So it's quite very, very true that right now we can tell that a lot of the teams are watching this analysis and also taking a lot of notes from it.
Yeah, exactly. Because we could see like some teams like the RILA Insider, Cyclone Shield, and Apex doing a little bit better today, even though Apex did die in a way that I did not enjoy, seeing that. But anyway, we've just got to keep talking about Slime 4KT and the way they did it. One very surprising thing is the fact that Storm did finish with 0 kills. So that is definitely not a good thing for his top fragger, statistics.
But it's very important that his role there as IGL there kind of really made sure that all his teammates were really anchored and understood their jobs very, very well. And it looks like everybody was kind of targeting Storm 4KT while Zeus, Plaza, and Prompto were kind of enjoying the less of attention that has been put on them. And so they kind of enjoy that less attention and use that to, try and get more kills from the other teams.
Yeah, exactly. And when you have like a team that, you've got some players that are very good and experienced with like the eyesight. And I did see a sacrificial play coming through from Plaza just at the end there where he was driving into the zone just to try to see if he can gather as much information before he got naded by, a player there from our Esports who is actually on our screen.
Yep, Slime 4K versus our Esports, the head-to-head, the damage being dealt by Slime 4KT's 1,562 to that of 293 of the OWL Esports. That damage difference is humongous, and it's just directly proportional to the damage received coming in from OWL Esports. 956, they receive a lot of damage there, but look at the number of kills, and we said what would determine this game will be the number of eliminations, and a whopping 10 kills in this game, the first round. That is extraordinary. And the fact that
Yeah.
8 knockouts out of that, that means they only got 2 people who were revved in those particular fights with Slime 4KT.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, right? You've seen Slime Forget to finish with 8 knockouts. That's like, you got 10 kills, but out of those 10 kills, you stole 2. Because in the game, when you get someone knocked, whoever takes the kill is the one who gets the kill, And then Slime just goes to show just how much fights they were involved in. And I can say the same about RILA Esports, and I've got to give them the kudos that they were able to survive despite receiving just more damage than even the winning team. And speaking about the damage, you just got to see that damage, that damage spread across the map. But I've got to mention about one round. They were absolutely on fire today. But you know what? Before I even start to talk about one round, COBRA, the Black Cobra, as we said it, them coming into today, they don't want the chicken dinners. They just want the points. 15 kills and 2,222 damage. How about that for a game?
That is crazy to cover that from COBRA. 15 kills in the first round, and they are topping it off with 1 round. And you can clearly see that these teams have gone in with a plan. If you look the way 1 round played, they were very aggressive. They were in people's face, and they literally targeted HR. The first game, the first matchup that they had was in Pochinki with HR, and they pushed them in the building, took them out, so they knew their biggest challenges were out of the game. So they relaxed a bit and then started pushing up teams. And then when it was left with just Connor, he played it up so beautifully well. And hopefully we get to see that in the later days in the highlights. But my, oh my, what beautiful game we've been having here.
And this has got to be the MVP of the day because, who else? 1 round Escanor, that man was absolutely beastly, especially in the pushes that came through early in the game. We saw them actually try to keep 3 teams from trying to get into the circle, out there on on the mainland. We saw them trying to hold Citizens, Blackjack Esports, RILA Insider. And then even after taking that fight, they still were able to go all the way to the military bridge to fight with Desert Flame Esports. You just got to give it to the players there from 1 round Esports. And Escanor carrying that team, that is very beautiful to see. And then you've got to just admire the top leaderboards or the Q leaderboards coming through. We see it heavily dominated by the Black Cobra and 1 round Esports, where we see Spider finishing the first one out here with 5 eliminations and 691 damage to his name. That man did his job. He did exactly what he came here to do, to frag out. And this is what you used to see, that these players actually understand the assignment. And one thing that we also know is the fact that Slime 4KT cannot win and not have a player on the leaderboard. So we see Zeus finally stepping up to the game. I was talking to someone and the person was like, you know what? I don't think Zeus is meant for that Slime 4KT team. But look at Zeus right now. Man's out here copying 5 kills also with the team, man. I'm telling you, it's like, hold my beer, bro. I'll be right back. And that is exactly what he has done. And Escanor, that man from 1 round Esport, absolutely fragging out. And the same thing can be said about Moha from his squad, as he was able to get 4 kills also to his name. And just enjoy to see that one, Players with little survival time able to get so much kills coming in from 1 round Esports, and that's because of just how aggressive they decided to play today. And then seeing after that aggressiveness, they had 1 player left who was able to survive up onto 4th position. That was absolutely wonderful.
That guy maneuvered his way into that position brilliantly well. He picks his fights. He made sure he was aggressive, even though it was a loner, but he picked his fights really well with a lot of smokes. He threw a lot of smokes, and he used his car as a shield all the time, and he played it very, very well. And it's interesting that even though Slime 4KT won, a lot of interest is being played on the way 1 round play, because this game is about being aggressive. This game is about getting eliminations and also winning with the chicken dinner as well. But however, what will get you into the leadership boards, it will definitely be the eliminations.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of which, right, I saw that playing path starting in today was very unforgiving. And then there's one thing we always know about the military-based zones, right? Those are pretty much the zones where you have to deal with action. And we see Slime 4KT dropping off early in the plane just to look for vehicles around the shooting range, and then driving over to Yasnaya Poliana, where we'll definitely see them land. Now, things that I also enjoyed was Blackjack Esports landing with Citizen out there in Zaki. We anticipated that yesterday, but then we saw it today. But one thing I actually did enjoy from them was the fact that they were able to exit that fight without actually taking, as Citizens exiting the way all the way from Blackjack Esports. But also, I kind of enjoyed what I saw, that RILA Esports did not go over to Pochinki Pochinki this time, so we didn't get to see that Pochinki hot drop except with, the Blood Brothers. And another thing that I would also say I enjoyed was how much teams were able to rotate over to the military island, before things start to get crazy. And Slime, that little delay that it took, you could just see them coming in from that right-hand side of the game, and then they were able to capitalize on the empty bridge on the eastern edge to get into the circle just before, it became, totally and heavily covered by the Blue Zone.
It's pretty interesting. Whenever there's a military base circle, it's going to be the battle of the bridges, and these guys enjoyed a really smooth journey on the right side, right into the action there, where a lot of third parties is going to be happening. A lot of teams are already closely danced, and therefore they understand that nobody's behind them and everybody's in front of them. And it's something that has been happening consistently throughout the whole tournament. Every team that wins usually has nobody behind them and everybody in front of them, so they can deal with what's in front of them. They can potentially plan and eliminate each team as they come. But whenever you have people behind you, whenever you're not sure, so it's not just about getting to the zone early, but also making sure that your environment is safe and you have a lot more information coming into the environment. And how blessed these guys were when the zone started moving towards their favor. The zone started shifting towards them. They had to deal with everybody that was in front of them, and they had no issues dealing with that.
Yeah, exactly. And one thing that I was mentioning yesterday was how much we see Slime 4KT play from the north and the east, right? And we can see just how comfortable they are playing from the eastern side of the map, able to clear pretty much any team that was up there just right with them, clearing out the players there from Citizens, able to clear out the players there from Team EFX. And then that zone, when it looked like, it was going to be so challenging, was when it was pushed up to this point. So zone 6 or zone 7 actually, where we saw them actually have no piece of cover. The only piece of cover was pretty much one rock, which the players there from the Black Cobras find themselves behind. And then Slime 4KT, at this point they had the full squad. I felt like they could have played this by looking for more angles, going for a little bit of a spread out like we saw from some teams yesterday. But instead, they still stayed a little bit hurdled up, and that was pretty much the reason why they lost 2 players in that engagement or in that circle when they were heading in from the north, regardless of their position, right? And then they tried to gather more angles, and the instance they got that split, right, that is when you could see that, the players here from Slime 4KT definitely have this game in the bag, able to take out the players there from Black Cobra with that, what lead coming through from Zeus out there, and then they were able to push up onto that last player there from our Esports. What a play from
Slime 4KT. It's pretty interesting that you mentioned that, because anytime there's three teams left, the most important thing is to actually be patient, because the moment you engage one team, the other team sees you and third parties you. So that in that particular position, Slime 4KT were very smart. They waited for the 2 of them to fight, and then they pounced on them and made sure that they got all their kills together. And that was an absolutely brilliant gameplay there from Slime 4KT. And here are the match rankings. And Erangel, we got 10 place points coming in for Slime 4KT with a total of 20 points, 10 eliminations. So get 10, 20. We've got one round coming in with 19 points in total, with an elimination points of 15, the placement point of 4. COBRA coming in third. COBRA a bit disappointing, because they really definitely wanted to try and get this winner chicken dinner. How aggressive they played, and they played everything to perfection just until the final zone, where they had to deal with a very stubborn our team, and then they had to get their party by Slime 4KT. But not other than that, they played everything brilliantly. Were very disappointing matchup from 8R in this particular day. Counts, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it all boiled down to 8R taking that fight with what team was it? With HORZ.
It was one round.
One round. Yeah, exactly, Pochinki. And I felt like if they hadn't took that fight, if they had left that fight, early on, maybe they wouldn't have gotten killed and they would have gotten, more points on the board. But anyway, we do see that consistency coming through again, especially when it comes to the throwables used in Erangel, as we see a total of 224 coming in through today. One thing that is impressive is to see that we got 58 total knockouts and only 55 total kills, which is, impressive.
Very impressive. The amount of healing that was done here. My God, we've got a lot of doctors in this map here. We've got total of 7 headshots as well, and an interesting 247 meters, or is it kilometers? I'm not sure exactly what, but that's a long ass shot right there from Moha.
Yeah, I tell you, and that was when they were chasing the players there from Blackjack Esports. That was absolutely crazy to see a team actually stay bent on the team. And I feel like the reason why they continued on that chase was because the new Blackjack Esports is one of those teams that is close to them on the leaderboards. The instance they are taking out 8R, you could tell that they were very confident that 8R used to be in second, but now they're in fourth on the overall leaderboard just because 1R took them out easily. But now it's now down to 1R. Can you single-handedly take out the players there from COBRA, who have climbed up the way to second place, and Slime 4KT with that chicken able to get to third place with 58 points. That is something that I enjoy to see. Blackjack Esports still dropping a little bit on those leaderboards, but then you see further dropping coming through from the players there from Citizens. Started in today with 10th place, and now they're out there in 13. This is exactly not what they want, you know. And the same thing can be said about the players there from Cyclone Shield and Exodus. I'm going to even talk about them, you know, way after this on overall standings.
Yeah, very, very disappointing from Citizens. Then I'm sure EFX were a bit disappointed, but they're still in and around the threshold. But they're very disappointed being a winner chicken dinner team. They definitely want to see themselves up and about. Their Blackjack guys also a bit disappointing, dropping points here, and those points are huge. There's a 20-point gap between Blackjack and one round, still maintaining the top spot there is quite important, guys, to make sure that the first 2 rounds you solidify your lead, make sure eliminations are there and your rank points are there so that you can maintain the lead. And that is exactly what one round has done, and they have played it to an absolute perfection.
Yeah, and I said I was going to talk about Cyclone Shield, you know, not doing so well yesterday. You know, like Cyclone Shield, actually Exodus, because I was very surprised to see them land in the military island. Like that was very surprising, and I wouldn't have expected that.
Very aggressive move there.
Them. You know, because we saw what happened, and anyway, that being said, we saw what happened yesterday, and I wouldn't have expected them to do that today. But I think we're going to be sending it back over to the casters as we're about to get into the next game of the day. It's going to be none other but Miramar. Yeah, Miramar.
Take it away, boys.
And there we go. We are back for our second game for tonight for day 2 of AEC Grand Finals. And what a match one we didn't have. 4KT, amazing gameplay there. Getting that first chicken dinner. How do you feel about that one, Glazerbot? How was that first game for you?
That was absolutely amazing. I must say, I did not expect that from 4KT. I mean, I know they are all OP teams. I mean, each and every team that plays in here, definitely an OP team. But I did not expect to see that from 4KT just by the way they were playing it so slow in the beginning, not really going for those kills from the start of the game, but then finishing off with an absolutely beautiful chicken, as you said, and racking up those points right at the end. But very impressed as well with the guys from one round. I mean, like we said earlier, the one just surviving to get into that ending, you know, beautifully done.
There we go. We can see the winner for match 1 was 4KT. The match 2 will be Miramar. We're going to start off with it just now. We still have Sanhok and Erangel coming up, so a lot of violence still on the way.
Yeah, definitely excited for the Sanhok game, especially. Yeah, that's one of my favorite maps. I must say, it's always been one of my favorite maps, but definitely looking forward to see the Miramar game as well. Some open area desert action for us now.
Yeah, Sanhok, I must say I'm very interested to see who's going to take the Sanhok match. Both Desert Flames, 4KT and one round, they know this map extremely well. They play it so good. They know the angles, they know the hills like the backside of their palms. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can go all the way and get their second chicken dinner. All 3 of the top teams have already gotten their chicken dinners. So I'm waiting for that first team to get their second consecutive chicken dinner. Will it be 4KT again, or will we see a new champion here in Sanhok tonight?
That's definitely going to be interesting to see if we can have the same team taking the chicken dinners one after the other. But like you said, you know, Desert Flame, I mean, I've died so many times to them in Sanhok especially. They know that map so well. So that'll be interesting to see. But that is only later. It's definitely the Miramar game that we've got to look forward to now and see what the team's doing. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Yes, the Miramar game going to be a lot of sniping. There's going to be a lot of rotations. It's a big, big map, and it never disappoints. For some reason, even for that size of the map, it is always action. So we're going to jump right into our game and see where are we going to go with this flight path. Where will it take us? Will we have a good flight path? Can the teams reach their normal landing spots? Oh, and there's Salvin to the eastern flight path. Not a bad flight path, not the best though. Couple of teams definitely going to be happy. Couple of teams are going to have to scramble for vehicles to go for their landing spots unless they have a backup plan with a new drop location.
Yes, and if we're going to see some floating going on to get to those northernmost points for the guys that want to go and loot up in El Pozo and La Cobreria, that's going to be interesting to see. And right now, I already see the guys jumping down here by the prison side, not right on top of each other, but a little bit spread out. And now some guys in Los Leones definitely going to have some action around there as well. And a 4KT, our previous lobby winners, are right here next to the left-hand side of the plane, just almost dropping straight down in the area. They're definitely going to be all alone for the beginning of this game.
Beautiful stuff there from EXODU doing that split. They got an entire section all to themselves. 4KT going to the normal landing spots, as well as EFX, Blackjack Esports. We already know they're going to be in Los Leones. They're going to dominate Los Leones. That is just their hometown. And look at the zone. We got a top northern zone, almost exactly like yesterday's Miramar game, with one round going to Terra Ahuma. They're on top, way up north. Will they go for the same spot? If they do, they're going to have a very good spot inside the zone from get-go. Just look at the amount of teams that has landed inside Los Leones.
Yeah, and I mean, just to see the plane, actually the flight path of the plane, just barely touching on the southern part of the zone here. It's a very, very interesting zone for the way that the plane actually flew over, but definitely already some shots that we have there down to the south of Los Leones. Already the team's taking out some shots on each other. Will they get a knock? I think that might have been actually shots that, yeah, they did go through the air trying to get the guy down from his parachute.
Oh, there's been so many OP. I mean, these guys don't even need a big scope. All they need is iron sights, and they will laser you. Doesn't matter where you are. That is how good these people are. But that has been the way all the way through from qualifiers up until this point in the grand finals. I mean, they played their hearts out in the qualifiers, dominated the lobbies, and they made it all the way to here to focus to see who's going to be the ultimate champion of AEC Grand Finals.
And I mean, obviously, each and every team that is here deserves to be here. They have definitely done what they needed to do to get here. So it is not just your average players that are going to be in this final couple of games. So definitely all OP players, all of them definitely know how to play this game and know how to play the maps, and obviously know how the other players play as well. They have an idea of where to rotate, where the other players are going to be. Definitely reading the games that they enter here very, very well. Very, very well.
Most definitely. It's going to be interesting. I absolutely love the action. Going to see, already see, oh, what is going to happen. They know about him. They know about him. They definitely have their eyes on him. Can they get that knock though? Does he know? One, it looks like he's trying to get an angle there.
Oh, definitely just waiting for that get up and shoot position, just trying to get that angle, as you said, just crawling up here and making sure that the rest of the team is not flanking him. I mean, he knows about the one guy on the silo sort of area, but he doesn't know where the rest of the guys are. You can see him just trying to look around, make sure that he doesn't get flanked, he doesn't get surprised by someone from the left-hand side. And although he's got a teammate inside the building as well, Jeff definitely just looking around, trying to see where the rest of that team is.
That is the difficult part. They know they cannot be over-aggressive. They cannot overexpose themselves. And in comes the single taps. And they do get them down. Beautiful single taps there. And they knock and confirm the first kill. Beautifully done.
Yeah, definitely not what he was expecting, and that's I guess what he was scared of, is that player flanking him, getting up behind him. He was trying to look around earlier, but didn't quite watch right behind him what was going on, and that was the downfall, unfortunately. Quick swap there between the actual quick shot weapon and then going to the shotgun to finish that kill off. Beautiful player, just one left in this team that is in this area, so close to them, running up for the support. Or for the area, and I see the other one just on the northeast of them, trying to get the support and the shots in there as well.
We got some 4v4 going on here. Who's going to get this first knock? Just look at this lovely 2v2 split with the rest of the opposing team as well, getting a 2v2. They all got angles on one another, and that is what these teams do so good. There is not one player that you can rush, that you can single out and say, this guy is alone. If all four of us quickly rush him, we can get one down and go for the next. It is, these players have angles on each other the whole time. So it doesn't matter who's going to push you from where. One of your teammates will see him just like that. And here comes the action.
Oh, and it's even if they split off like that, it's not as if when one player gets knocked, there's no support to back him up. There's no one that can cover him or can cover the access for them to get to the res. They are definitely so close to each other, even when being split off. They are right on those angles to get there for the revive, for the support, take the cover fire, and then get a teammate to their respective, knocked teammates to get the pick up again.
Cyclone Shield Esports versus the FX. Roach currently very low. Who's going to get the knock? Who will it be? Can Cyclone Shield Esports finally get the banger of a game that I know they have it in them? This is such an OP team. They are like the underdogs to me. Now, I've casted these guys a lot in NPL and other tournaments, and I know they have the skills in them. They didn't have the luck yesterday. It can all change right here in this Miramar game right now.
Yes, most definitely. And I see the one flanking up here from the back, just trying to get that angle as well for the knocks. Trying to get up the high zone. Epic Grizzly going down. Citizens taking some shots. The EFX Sully. Here we go with the shots from EFX already. Taking some players, getting that kill confirmed as well now. Rushing in. 3 players down there versus the 4. What am I saying? 2 versus 4 with one up on the hill. Roach, unfortunately, going down earlier. Yo.
All down to Danny Brown. Danny Brown is all alone against a very aggressive full EFX team. Rushing on in. Mercury on one side. He does have Manny Whitey from the back. Manny Whitey does get him down, but Danny Brown gets another knock, but he will go down and firsted. There is only Manny Whitey currently left. He has the gun skills. He can clutch it. Let's see, how's he going to play this one? Is he going to go for placement points, or is he going to go to confirm a kill? But look at a beautiful cover EFX already found themselves in. They've managed to get it, revives in so quickly, pushing as a team. All 4 members currently already up, and Mercury already healed up. And it's just that quick.
So quick on that, hey. There is no time to waste. They know there's still a member left. They got to see if they can find him. They got to find out and make sure that he is not rushing them from the other sides. This is exactly what we were wanting to see. If he's going to go for the placement points or if he's going to go for the clutch. Seems he's still trying to figure out where exactly they are. See if he can get an angle on them. But hopefully he can find a vehicle and rather go for a couple of placement points, since they have absolutely no kills confirmed in this game, unfortunately.
It is still the first zone. If he can knock and first one of the effects, that's 2 points for him. That is all beautiful shots here from Citizens. Citizens destroying at the moment. Citizens have been absolutely amazing in these finals.
Oh, and what a beautiful spray as well with the AKM. That's something that I would never be able to do. That is a beautiful spray with the AK. Now over with the Scar L, taking another knock again, trying to confirm those last couple of kills. Just trying to get that damage in, still taking damage himself as well. Rushing up and over that hill, taking beautiful shots there. Gets another one. Oh, but getting taken out from the left-hand side.
And
then Grizzly goes down.
Oh, and he gets him down. Beautifully done by Citizens. Citizens picking up the kills. They did lose 2 players, but they got 2 more up, and they get themselves a couple of placement points.
Definitely beautiful, beautiful play by them there as well. A big back in with these guys, or this lone player that is still left here. Definitely now just looking, trying to get, like you said, that first kill, just at least confirm a kill so you can start by getting those first 2 points in this game.
And there we go. People are starting to rush in for this new zone, trying to find where the zone is going to go. Currently, RILA Insiders versus HORZ Esports. Also, 2 very good games. Two very good teams. Citizens down to 2 players. HORZ Esports down to 2 players as well. Oh, beautiful single taps here with the Mini 14 from Rebel. Not getting those knocks in. And they do lose that player. It's down to 2. Can HORZ Esports fire it off here against RILA Insiders? RILA Insiders still a full team.
And still taking the shots through the smoke there, like we saw in the previous game as well. And this is obviously a thing that they know to do, is that once the smoke goes up, they try to look for the shots, try to look for the damage inside the smoke, making sure where the guys are. If they get a hit marker from there, they know that the guys are sitting behind the smoke, trying to get away from the shots that are being fired at them all the time. I mean, they are such a distance out from each other, but he's still firing such beautiful shots and trying to get those kills in.
They do have Coco currently knocked there, and Coco in a lot of trouble. There's no way to actually get to him safely. So it looks like RILA Insiders, they're rather going to sacrifice Coco for the sake of maybe losing another player. And Coco does get confirmed. Beautifully done here by Owl Esports, taking out one from RILA Insiders. RILA Insiders, you do not want them, a full team, to be in that final zone. They do not miss. Their nades do not miss. Their Martins do not miss. Even if they throw just a pan over the head, those pans will find something to hit.
Yeah, that would be quite a sight to see. And look at the leaderboard already. The EFX guy is sitting on top with a beautiful six points already, and sitting so far ahead at this stage. Definitely trying to keep going in that rhythm that they have in this game already.
Esports still got a full team left. They can still go a long way. It's still early game. Doesn't look like they want to take too many chances this early in the game. They want to go for a chicken dinner. They want to go for a win. It is their time. They're good to have Team Apex there in front of them. And look, where's this next zone going to be? Will it go up north? I think it will. Oh, and it goes east. North and east-hand side. Looks like we're going to have an open hill just at the bottom of Cruz Delaval. That's going to be interesting. All these teams currently on the edges, so all the teams on the outside of these edges going to have a very difficult time to get into those zones, with the majority of the teams already taking all the compounds on the edges.
Yeah, and I mean, so many teams outside the zone at this stage. When it starts moving in, I mean, that's so much potential action happening at every single point, or any single point at the edge of the zone there on the left-hand side, on the west, as we can see the zone moving east. That is so strange for these guys. And I mean, they're all going to just try and rush in. Some of them might even go past the others without actually taking a shot. But I mean, that's not to be expected in these games, even if they are in a vehicle. Might see some quick seat changes and just taking the shots to the return fire if they get shot by someone that ends up being right next to them, trying to make their way back into zone.
100%. It's normal in these rotations that you lose a player or two if you just misjudge a hill or misjudge a compound, thinking it's empty, and all of a sudden you get lasered out of your vehicle. You can already see a HORZ Esports still got 2 players up. They can still go a long way. They do have teams very close to them. I wonder, will they get crashed? Will somebody contest for this compound?
Oh, Apex getting a nades knock. And these very, very close, all rushing in, trying to get that confirmed.
Team Apex coming in hot, full team. Already have 1 kill on the board. Oh, looks like they got 8 all right there in the scopes. HORZ Esports, they lose another player. It's all down to Klaus. And now it's all Team Apex. Look at the shots there through the smoke, and they just eliminated 8R Esports through the smoke without even seeing the player there. Beautiful stuff. They do lose one player though with a third party from behind.
Oh no, Apex definitely jumping up there with the points quickly. Very beautiful rush there. Like you said, the shots through the smoke, absolutely almost predicting where that player is and taking those shots to confirm the kills.
That is just amazing, dude. You know, these teams that can read a game so well, that can predict where a player would be in smoke. They know this compounds, they know the map so well. So even though there is smoke somewhere on a hill, they know exactly, okay, that smoke is next to a rock. Okay, there's space in this rock on that side, and that is where I can shoot. That is normally where a player would sit. Blackjack Esports here against Team AFX. Two very good teams. That should be a very interesting fight as well. And looks like the zone is about to close.
I definitely got to see where it's going next. I mean, like you said, EFX definitely a good team, trying to just push slowly but surely over that hill. Still aggressive, but very strategic as well. Trying to get into position, get the eyes on the guys so they can start taking the shots, start getting the knocks and the kills. Not necessarily early in this game anymore, but still just trying to stay alive, take the kills. Definitely a killing game. This is not a camping game. This is not a place where you want to sit around and wait. I mean, not that there is much hard cover on these big maps anyway, and especially the way the zone is moving now. It's way too much open ground. So definitely got to use your vehicles, got to use your smokes, got to create the hard cover, create the smoke walls for yourself to sort of move behind. It's not about hiding behind, it's about moving behind and getting into a better position to try and take the kills, and hopefully by the end of that get to the chicken dinner.
100%. We normally have a saying like, as soon as you play a classic and you have someone sitting behind a rock or using vehicle for cover like these guys do, that person is camping. But on this level, we don't have campers. They're strategically holding a position. That is what they are doing. 4KT, beautiful knock there on one of the players from EFX. And it looks like Storm is coming in for a wide flank. They want to take out EFX right here. In comes Storm. Can he get a knock? Oh, he's taking the shots. Mercury is very low. Taking a lot of damage here from Storm. Storm does confirm that first knock. Can Storm get them all out? And just look at that reaction from Storm. Takes out Mercury as well. Oh, not Mercury. He's going to take out Mercury now. And there we go. Mercury has now been knocked. The last solo remaining player for Team AFX. Currently left with 4KT dominating Miramar. As always, couldn't expect anything less from this team.
But definitely, just like in the previous game, I mean, you don't see them in the beginning of the game. You don't hear much from them or see anything happening on the kill feed. But then coming from behind, absolutely just rushing in and taking those kills, coming seemingly from nowhere. I mean, one guy sitting on the hill or you know, running on the hill there, taking out all four of those guys. Absolutely beautiful.
And it was all just that flank, getting that angle. That is what it's all about. One round being a little bit quiet this match, already losing two players. Oh, Black Cobra getting there, another kill indeed, taking out Blackjack Esports MG. MG, a very amazing player. And he's got one more from Blackjack Esports. He's going to confirm the other two knocks as well. It's all down to, looks like Matrix there at the backside. Or is that one hope?
That's one hope, yes.
Yes, it is last hope, the last hope for Blackjack Esports. Currently remain with Black Cobra, a three-man, full team left.
And Escanor once again taking those shots. It's the knock on Zeke, seeking to confirm. The zone also creeping up on them in the back. Very close. It looks like he's outside the zone, is that not? Inside, just on the edge of it, yeah. Getting that kill confirmed. Beautifully done. Now looking around, trying to find the other players. You know there must be at least another one around there. And definitely trying to move down towards the guys. Like I said earlier, definitely no hard cover around here. If you get caught in the open, even in a vehicle, like Enigma said earlier, the guys on this level spraying you out of a vehicle is just insane. Look at that. There is no place to hide. Just absolutely shooting and killing these guys out in the open, even next to a vehicle, under the vehicle, over the vehicle. The shots just fly, and the violence is just real.
Oh, last hope. This might be his last hope. Can he get it? Can he get into cover? It's all last hope versus Owl Esports. They're trying to destroy. Oh, down goes Weirdo. Beautiful third party coming in, potentially saving Blackjack Esports from getting eliminated in 7th position, as Last Hope can smoke and try and get into zone. Owl Esports trying to move in for that revive. They do have a little bit of smoke cover. Can he get it though? Owl Esports now, the rest of the team trying to get into zone.
And the Beast as well, with that beautiful knock on him. I mean, from so far away on the right-hand side, while shooting at the Last Hope, trying to get the Last Hope out of this game. I mean, last member for that team just barely making it out of that. Being saved by a member from another team. Absolutely wonderful spray there by the Beast, taking him down. Now, once more shots on Last Hope. That vehicle must have exploded by now. So much damage getting taken on it. Now, returning fire. Lots of damage on Hisoka. But he gets out of it, still gets taken out, though. Actually jumping out of the vehicle too soon. And that takes him out. Man.
Yeah, with 7 teams remaining and such a small zone, you gotta predict there's gonna be a player around every corner currently still left. Last hope from Blackjack Esports still hanging in there, inside the smoke next to a vehicle. Mad Knights across there getting knocked from the sides. 4KT actually played this very brilliantly. They moved in from that northern eastern side into zone. Beautiful cover there with the small little ditches in front of them, and one round taking the only compound left in the zone. It is these two teams that are looking very strong to end this game off.
Oh, once again, the nades flying, getting the knocks on COBRA. Absolutely beautiful. Molly's flying in as well, trying to confirm those kills, but they do find themselves on the inside, running through the flames though to confirm, but the guys are already down. Zeus taking down COBRA there. Beautiful. And oh, look how close they are to Last Hope, getting on top of them, takes the one player down. Second one so close to the edge of the zone as well, and still the guys from Owl rushing on top, throwing those nades over, just trying to get the last team member from that side confirmed as well. Still right behind the vehicle. Will this one be the one? Oh, he's so low. Oh, what? It's the vehicle explosion and gets taken out by it.
Mad Knights eliminated in 7th position, and Last Hope just keep getting on saved by other teams, doing all the work for him. All he's doing is holding on for dear life against a blown up vehicle, and anyone that pushes him is in the open currently. And now comes Owl Esports. It's now Owl Esports versus Last Hope.
Oh, they're moving so... Oh, and that does take out the Molly. Beautifully done. In 6th position, he ends though. Still racked up quite a few positions there from where the rest of his team was taken out. So very well done. Like you said, holding on to that, or holding on for dear life to that position that he was in. So out in the open, but behind an exploded vehicle that almost killed him earlier. Absolutely beautiful play nonetheless.
Zeus doing what he does best, getting an angle and eliminating RILA insiders. Just like that, we've got 4 teams remaining. 1 player from COBRA, 1 player from Owl Esports, 2 players from 1 round, and 4KT still 4 teams, 4 players remaining. Owl Esports do get taken out. It is most likely going to be 4KT again. They got beautiful zone, they got vehicles, they do have cover, but it is still 2 players from 1 round that can squad wipe any one of these teams. They are so aggressive, so precise. So if 4KT plays this a little bit too aggressive. And just look at it, Black COBRA getting eliminated as well on 8 kills in total for Black COBRA. Beautifully done by Pronto.
And exactly what you were talking about earlier, you know, moving in a vehicle, getting sprayed right out of the vehicle. Absolutely beautiful shots. It didn't look like he actually missed 1 bullet from that mag. It was absolutely beautiful, taking him out of that vehicle without any hesitation. There was no chance to even turn in another direction. It was just on point, every single shot hitting him. And now the 4KT guys, 4 players still alive at the end of this game. 2 teams left. The other team, the 1-round guys, they are, like you said, very aggressive players. Definitely still can squad wipe here, but it all comes down to how they use the compound and the rocks in front of them. They are split up a bit. The nades are flying in, already taking some shots there on 4KT. Beautifully done here, and it's gonna definitely be a very tight final position.
Oh, that nade right on top of his head, getting him down so low. But in comes 1 round. What is 1 round? Gets 1 knock. Can they get another knock? Can they make it a 2v2? They do get him down. It's a 2v2. It's 4KT versus 1 round.
Oh, this is absolutely wonderful. I love seeing this. I love seeing the tight end zones, the guys on top of each other, and especially equally matched up. I mean, you can see these teams are so equally matched up. There's no chance to say, even if it's 1 player against 3, 1 against 4, there's no way to say who's going to take this at the end of the game. It's absolutely wonderful to see the action like this, and the OP players absolutely hardcore on top of each other, trying to take those kills. The smokes are flying out to try and support. The guys are behind drops and behind trees, trying to stay in cover and see where these guys are. It's now definitely a very, very hard final 2v2 here.
Oh, they do take on 1. It's a 2v1. Unfortunately, the zone pushing them out there. 4KT, the last 2 remaining, just holding back onto zone. They know exactly what to do. They can clutch this. And just like that, 4KT, 2 chicken dinners in a row. How about that one?
2 in a row, absolutely beautiful. And once again, coming from seemingly out of nowhere, you don't see them from the beginning of the game. All the action happening from the beginning, the guys dropping in the hot places, the guys dropping on top of each other, taking each other out from early in the game. And then you don't see these guys. They are almost incognito until about halfway through. And you just see them rushing in and start taking the kills so quick and so easy. They make it look so easy.
Oh, they definitely make it look easy, but it is not that easy. Look at that eliminations, 14 eliminations, pushing them total points to 82 points in total. That is going to push their overall rank most definitely to number 1 on the leaderboard. Beautifully done by 4KT.
100%, and the actual damage that they picked up in this game as well. I think we saw about 1,500, close to 1,600 in the previous game, and absolutely dominating this match with 2,401 damage. That is a wonderful, wonderful game that they had here tonight.
Most definitely. We're going to switch over to our analyst in a second to analyze this game for us the best way possible. Just it is all crowns and Isak. No one can do it better than those 2. Now let's hear what they can say.
Wow.
My, oh my, oh my. That has got to be the best game we have seen so far in the tournament crowns. Give me some action, baby.
I don't even know where to start. Do I want to start with 1 round? Or do I want to start with what happened with Citizens and Epic Bullets? Or is it even Cyclone Shield? This was Miramar madness. We know Miramar to be that map of madness. And that is exactly what Miramar has brought to us in the African Elite Championship. I stood up from my chair multiple times because I was just too excited. What was this? And Slime 4KT with the back-to-back. Man, I was on my toes on that ending, though.
That ending was epic, because it was like a pendulum, The momentum was shifted to one side, then it shifted to the other side. First it was with Slime completely. Then 1 round came in and they took it over, and then Slime took it back. But hey, welcome to the World African Elite Championship.
But one thing I actually want to point out, Zeus with 6 assists. We know that man to be the sniper for this team, but 6 assists, and he got 3 kills to his name, so he wasn't even just sleeping on that. And Storm, speaking of sleeping, that man is awake. I'm pretty sure that 0 kill in that last game, he wasn't happy about that one. Coming in with 6 kills in this game, and Pronto 4KT also doing in the work with 5 kills. Plaza not getting the kills, 406 damage and 1 assist. You've got to give it to all of them for actually pulling their weight, and you got to just admire the sacrificial play that came in from Plaza at that ending, driving through in the middle of the open with the burning body,
literally calling
just so he can get info. Exactly, just to get information. That is what we love to see.
Head to head, so you're looking at Slime 4KT in 1 round, and these guys, they look really close at the end, but they were far apart in terms of actually playing the game, with Slime 4KT coming at 2,401 damage dealt, almost 1,000 damage more than 1 round with 975 damage. The damage received also proportionally going with the damage dealt there with 558 with the Slime 4KT. 14 kills to 7 kills in 1 round. That alone just blows this out of proportion. How interesting the leadership wars is going to be right now with Slime 4KT coming in with the first back-to-back chicken dinner.
I mean, first back-to-back, first team to win 2 winner chicken dinners in a day. And it begs the question, will they continue? Is that all that we will see from Slime? But then the damage, just like Esports was saying, right? We had 2,222 as the max in the last game, but right now Slime topping that with 2,401, and we're able to get 14 kill points to go along with it. Now look at the difference between theirs and pretty much every other person in the lobby.
Dominated the whole scene, pretty much.
I tell you, like this Black Cobra tried to hold this one up, right? I'm telling you, they had so much fun. And one thing, I was saying it sometime in the game, that 1 round Esports is still alive. And then look at them able to get 975 damage up on the board. Our Esports putting in 1,000 also. And then we see like, whoa, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4, 5 teams breaching that 1,000 damage mark. That just goes to show you just how much action we got to see in Miramar.
It was a Miramar crazy fest, pretty much.
And of course, who was the MVP?
Oh, yes. Zeus being the MVP, coming in with 3 kills, a damage of 881, and a survivor time of 24 minutes, and 6 assists. That's what basically stands out for me there. So you can definitely tell that this guy was playing for the team. This guy was making sure that there was a lot of communication happening there, and he was at the center of everything happening in terms of supporting his teammates.
Exactly, and we mostly see players claim that they're support players. This is what we're saying yesterday, but right now, Zeus not only even assisting his team, right, in that support role. You look at him putting in the damage on the board and also the kills, and then Storm is here to take back his throne. No, I mean 6 kills on the board.
Man, we are tired of seeing this picture over and over again at this point. This guy is a gamer by birth. Literally, Slime 4KT has just been taking this show on the road. 6 eliminations, 530 damage, a whooping survival time of 25 minutes. This guy literally was the show.
Exactly, and then you kind of just count out the player Hamodi there from Black Cobra showing up again. Showing up again on this top leaderboard, on this top MVP list. Hamodi making his way up there. Escano also making his way up there. This list, I'm looking at this list, and there's only 2 names that are different. It's almost like, I'm looking at game 1 again, right?
Pretty much.
And then we see Pronto making his way up here, and even Zeus, this is really 2nd time he's out here. Man, this is actually very crazy coming through from all of these teams, because I mean, who would have told me that I would have expected this? Man, from when I saw the zone, I was like, oh, this is pretty much deja vu from yesterday. We got the same zone, but you can never predict PUBG Mobile. It went for a different route.
And especially when it's Miramar too.
Exactly. The map is so big. The zone has so many places it can go.
It was crazy. Interesting to see how they played the way into that win there. I want to definitely go over Slime 4KT's, trace their roots and understand how they managed to get in that point. And yes, we will be doing that.
Yeah, one thing that actually stood out for me was Slime 4KT was actually, I would say CLS. I'm not going to start with Slime 4KT. Was CLS, Cyclone Shield, going over to El Azhar, landing with EFX. I mean, we've seen them go at it a couple of times in the qualifiers and the group stages.
Yeah, I don't
But
know
to
if it's
see
just
them
a
do
smart
it.
idea to be going
Yeah,
hot drop
exactly.
right there, just in the
Mm-hmm.
first circle. Maybe some teams actually do that to warm themselves up, to
Mm.
make, get used to the art of killing, pretty much, so it's not a
Yeah,
surprise when you
boy.
meet somebody in the next round. But sometimes in these kinds of tournaments, you definitely want to take your time and make sure you're well looted, well armed with smokes and grenades and everything that you need in terms of medkits and stuff that you need to probably regenerate stuff, and make sure that you have a confident move into the zone. Look at how brilliant Slime 4KT maneuvered themselves into the zone, moving from the western side right through a place where there's nobody behind them. And we cannot keep saying this, Crowns. Any team that has won so far has got nobody behind them. They make sure that the environment is well scouted. They understand the terrain. They know everybody is in front of them. So that's what they're trying to do, making sure that everybody's always in front of them. So they have to deal with what's in front of them and not worry about being third party.
Exactly, and you just have to admire that knowledge of like the teams coming through from Slime there. Looking at the playing path that we did get, and you can just see them rotating all the way from the west, like you said. Then they went up to the north where they find themselves most comfortable, and then went over to the northeast, another place where they find themselves to be more comfortable. And then you can just see Slime 4KT from here. It was just a downslide of just how many people can we kill. Look at the beautiful splits that they went on here. 2-1-1 split. At this point in the game, I'm like, Slime, what are you doing? But apparently they had a plan, and that plan worked out perfectly because they had two players already on the north who were gathering so much information. And you could just see from here, you can see just how well they were moving from side to side. You see the way all of them went to the east, and then they went back all over again to the center. That just goes to show how much terrain knowledge that these teams have. Like, you could tell that they had so much information on that point that they knew that we can go over to the east and come back to the north, and nothing is going to happen to us. And that is exactly what they did, clearing out everyone. And then they found their way over to that hectic 4v2 fight against the players there from One Round Esports. And I have to give One Round Esports the kudos. That was so close. They had been going back and forth with Slime all that game, right? And when it
I
got to the
know.
final moments, they made sure they did not go down without a fight.
That would have been an epic clutch if those two one round guys had won that game. And mind you, they actually down two people. So, it was a really, really interesting final matchup there. But pick up to one round, because you know what's interesting? That if you look at the grand scheme of things, it's not just about one match, it's about to all the matches in totality. And one round is one team that you can bet your hats off that you're always going to be in and around that top 5 position, and you're going to try and maintain that leadership in that particular sense. And hopefully in the leadership boards, nothing has changed for one round, because they did get second place. They did get about 7 kills. So they're still in and around that leadership position.
Exactly. They were able to put up some points on the board, right? And we're about to just see that match rankings now to kind of just show you exactly how many points each teams were able to grab. And Black Cobra, once again, I will continue to point them out, are being so consistent without a winner chicken dinner, and they're putting themselves up there. 13 points up on the board, 8 from eliminations, and that they got even just as much points as the players there from one round who finished in second, right? And that just goes to show you that, these players actually, they're doing the work. But I mean, you cannot just count out Slime. 10 placement points from the chicken dinner and 14 points to kind of add more points to what they saw in Erangel. They're like, you know what, you guys thought you saw good things in Erangel. I mean, come on, wait for us in Miramar. We've got more for you.
Exactly. I absolutely agree with you there. And I'll come in with a very interesting point of 12 points there. That would really, really help, in their quest to try and get themselves up there. RILA Insiders also with 9 points they're trying to push, but quite disappointed from Blackjack at 8R. 8R have nothing to do in the whole Miramar map. They were so devastated with that first roundup fight, and they just completely lost it.
Yeah, it's kind of sad to see 4 teams go out with a goose egg right now, because I'm like, okay, exactly what is going on. Cyclone Shield having a second bad game. Desert Flame is a team that I'm hugely surprised to see out there, because I was going to say it in the last game that in the last game, Desert Flame were not able to get any placement points on board, right? And I was trying to see where that was going to get. I'm now seeing Miramar that they're going to be finishing 15th place with 0 kills everywhere, 0 the goose egg.
Yeah,
that is not something I want to see. I can kind of see like a little bit of an upgrade coming through from Team Apex, so I'm gonna keep my eye out for them. But I keep at this point, this is day 2. I mean, there's 2 more days to go, and at this point, you do not want to be sleeping. And look, the healing.
The healing. Miramar is a crazy map. There's a lot of open spaces, very, very little places to hide, apart from a rock that you've got there. So there's gonna be a lot of shooting, and you've got the whooping 6,000 point healing there. Interesting, looking at the total number of kills there as well. We've got 59 total number of kills and 14 rescues. So what that tells me is that Miramar is such a map that usually when you get knocked, it is extremely hard to get revived, because when you get knocked, it's in an open space and it's really difficult for your teammates without smoke. And even with smoke, it's really easy to kind of shoot through the smoke, especially when there's no rock or any grass to really try and hide yourself from it's gonna be really, really hard to rescue a teammate from Miramar. So you have to be a bit more tactical and pragmatic when playing Miramar in that particular sense.
Yeah, and one thing that is actually calling my name right now is the number of airdrops looted. We saw 3 airdrops looted, which means many of these teams were looking for that airdrop to look for, those long-range snipers, and well, no one really got that. And Slime 4KT, with that one, bumping themselves to the top of the leaderboards with 82 points. Love to see that one. But fun fact, they don't even have as much eliminations as 1 round and Black Cobras.
Interesting. You see that there. This is when a chicken dinners can do for you there. When you start stacking up the chicken dinners, then it becomes relevant. But when you have a one-off, it's not as relevant as it seems. But when you start stacking them up, then it becomes quite relevant. But don't forget, 1 round is still pretty close to them. It's just a 3-point gap. The next game and everything could change. Cobra also without a chicken dinner, but right there in the top 3, and it could dramatically change that top 3 spot. It could just permutate to anything possible. Pretty much those top 3 are a bit stable. Looking at it from the 4th to the 8th, that's where a lot of permutations can also happen in that sense as well.
Exactly, and like I was saying, coming into the game, I want to keep my eye out on those teams that are, looking towards that bottom, and I'm kind of seeing like a little, how do you call it, up and down motion coming in on that right-hand side of the board. RILA Insider jumping up now, Citizens jumping up a little bit, Apex going down, even despite getting 4 points in the last game. All of these things are things that I am keeping my eye out for. And Cyclone Shield now, EXODU still not putting in points on the board. Right now is the point where I feel like Cyclone Shield and EXODU, if you're getting held dropped on any map, this is the time to actually change your drop slots. This is the time to actually stop being so hard on I must defend my drop location, because if you're not in the top 8, remember, there is no prize pool for you. You cannot be chilling and be wasting so much time and so much points. I understand that you'd want many of those, but unfortunately you cannot just be wasting and be waiting for all the time or be hoping you'd get the points. But anyway, that's going to be all from me and Isaac. We'll be right back with more games to come. It's going to be Sanhok, the chaotic madness of this game, and we will see you guys.
More condensed map. We'll see you guys soon.
The vibes. award for the shortest break ever just goes to us in the African Elite Championship. But you know we need that. We need to grab ourselves a cup of water. The casters need to get ready because you know what? It's about to be more action. I mean, if there is any map you need to grab a cup of water for, it's Sanhok.
And I'm telling you, if you don't have water, you should probably grab a Coke or some popcorn because it's going to be an action. It's going to be a blockbuster, to be honest.
Exactly, and especially given the type of Sanhok game we saw yesterday, you know, not seeing so many huge strats, we only saw players come out to frag their brains, bro.
Literally.
That was Sanhok. Everyone had damage put up on the board. So, like, we know that this Sanhok is going to be crazier at least than yesterday's one. And I'm pretty sure that now that seeing that, you know, that is what happened yesterday, people will most likely want to go for that huge strat. But to see more of these actions, I'm going to have to send you over to the casters so they can show us exactly what is going to, or what the result of Sanhok will be. See you soon,
Take
people.
it over, boys.
Okay, so we're heading off into our third match for tonight of African Elite Championships, the grand finals, and it's all on the lines. Beautiful analytics there from our analyzers, analyzing each and every game that we do. And I'm just looking at that total leaderboard, and it is so close. One game is going to change that whole leaderboard. I haven't seen much from Desert Flames Esports so far, 8R as well. So this is now where it's going to come into play. Can they step up? Desert Flames, they know Sanhok through and through. So this is now all going to be their chance to shine.
Yes, most definitely. And what I said to you in the previous match as well, you know, it's not about, or it's not like we can see from the beginning what team is going to take each match. I mean, even though 4KT has absolutely dominated the previous two matches, coming from behind or coming from seemingly nowhere and just taking those kills and taking those chicken dinners, but absolutely, it's still anybody's game at this stage, and especially in Sanhok, or you know, this is definitely a place where anyone, the hills, the high ground that they can take here, and then when you run out in the open, it might look like a full-on forest and all the tall grass, but getting up on those high spots definitely can get you the advantage and see the players and take those kills as well. Either being early in the game or at the end, definitely this is still anybody's game. Like you said, still very, very close on the leaderboard. It's not like we can exactly predict who will be coming out on top.
Exactly. I can't put my name on any one of these teams. All of them have a very good shot at winning this Sanhok match. I'm definitely hoping for some of the bottom 10 teams to start pushing it up, pushing a little bit more for kills, and working on engagements and placement as well. So I'm definitely hoping that this two last remaining matches might just be the opportunity to say, hey, Africa, look at us. We made it to the finals and we are here to stay. So I'm hoping let's jump into our first match and see what is going to happen. Just looking at the current top 5 teams, how they played so far. Previously, yesterday in the Sanhok match, one round, and Desert Flames as well as Blackjack Esports, they did very, very well on Sanhok. I wonder how they're going to play this Sanhok match. Will they stick with their landing spots? Have they revised yesterday's landing spots and where everyone landed yesterday, and maybe choose a new landing spot? That's going to be a tough one. It's all on the line. It's all or nothing.
I definitely want to see a lot of action coming from the Desert Flame guys. We've been saying this all evening. You know, they know the map. They know the rotation that they use on this map as well. They know every single point, where to go, the high ground, playing from the low ground as well. They definitely have a handle on this map and where to play on it. So I definitely want to see something from them. But there was a team that you mentioned earlier as well that you see as the underdog of this tournament, or of this finals. I think it was EFX that you said was the underdog.
Cyclone Shield Esports.
Cyclone Shield, right? Yeah, we definitely want to see, like you said, the bottom teams, or we call them bottom teams now, but it's not necessarily that they are bad players or any less OP than these other teams that are playing here. But we definitely want to see them pushing up on those points and up on those this rankings as well. Definitely want to see them come up.
100%. And like it's one game difference. It's that one good game they need, and they will shoot all the way up to being from the bottom 10 to the top 10. It's just this one match that they need to focus on, which is going to be the next Sanhok match. And we've got a beautiful southern to northern Tatmok flight path all the way to Gahu. You can literally land anywhere on this map. Beautiful flight path, and we can see their teams already making their rotations towards their landing positions.
Definitely spreading out quite nicely. I see one of the Slime 4KT guys heading over to Tambang, or at least he was heading in that direction. I must be quite honest, that used to be a favorite jump spot for me because it's far out on the map. I definitely do not play as quick a rush game as these guys do, but definitely once again the 4KT guys splitting off wonderfully, getting that loot in separate locations, but still sticking to the north of their split drops there. And now jumping in here with insiders, very, very close to the guys as well, trying to get eyes on the footsteps that they hear around them.
Oh, there's Desert Flames Eagle. We just talked about them versus RILA Insiders. Two local South African teams, very, very OP, very aggressive teams, and they're going to fight it out right here at this moment. Oh, and we got two teams inside bootcamp as well. We got HORZ Esports versus one round. One round have one. HORZ Esports have one knock. Yesterday, HORZ Esports wiped out one round right here inside the main of bootcamp. Can they do it again? It's still a 3v4 at the moment for HORZ Esports. Escanor pushing on in. Flex Knight. Everyone's starting to nade. If they get one more knock, HORZ Esports going to be in a lot of trouble.
Are definitely pushing up on each other, and it's very nice to see the games once again, is to see some hot drops, see some of the boot camp being used for a fight again. It's not something we see very often around here, but definitely can see that these guys know where to land, they know where to loot and where to stick to the hard cover behind these walls and buildings as well, trying to get these kills confirmed. Oh, rushing up on them just in the back here. 2 versus 1. Already a shotgun knock, but comes around and takes the knock. Beautiful shots by these guys. Beautiful area that they use as well. They know how to use it, like I said. And now trying to get back to the revives, back for the support again, and just trying to recoup and get back into the fight.
Just look how quick that revive was. As soon as he got it knocked, immediately goes for the revive. And one round, they do lose one member. HORZ Esports lost one member as well. Still have another one currently knocked. So it's a 2v3 situation at the moment. No mercy and a lot of trouble. Getting hit here in the back. Getting a lot of damage. And they do take down Flex from one round. Beautifully done. It is all one round and HORZ Esports at the moment.
Oh, and with 2 players down already, still trying to push up and confirm the rest. Beautiful shots through the windows, seemingly almost knowing exactly where that player is, using the footsteps and the sound around them, knowing where the shots came from, and now trying to find out if he has moved, trying to move through the building on the side and try and get on top of them. Definitely very, very hardcore fight going on here. It might not look like that to everyone, but seeing them take out one of the other team, it's definitely a beautiful fight that's happening here at the moment.
This is definitely next level at the moment. And it is just insane. Desert Flames Eagles now. Still here on RILA Insiders. It's still 4 left for Desert Flames. I would love to see them clutch it. Then Madia does get that knock in. Can they get the rest of HORZ Esports out? It's a 2v2. Oh, in comes Escanor with the DBS. This is the DBS that everyone is talking about. The dangerous DBS. And just like that, look at it, S12K coming in against the DBS. And he actually does get him down. S12K is the new OP weapon.
Definitely, and still trying to push down there, making sure, trying to see where that player is. He knows he might go in for the revive. Coming around the corner, beautiful shots. That final player getting the last of them out and finishing that. What a beautiful win there at this stage for the HORZ guys.
And HORZ Esports has now finally, for all 54 currently watching on the stream, shown that they are the boot camp kings. They took out one round yesterday. They took them out tonight yet again. And now it is the Mad Knights pushing up here against Adar. Can the Mad Knights clutch it right here at Hutting as well?
We are definitely pushing up on them. See one and knocked in the back. Mons already bleeding out slowly but surely. The other player trying to get away on the far side, jumping for the water, and the players rushing up behind him, trying to confirm that final kill, but not quite getting to him though. And I thought he was jumping for the water, seemingly taking a little bit of time behind the rocks quickly to heal up and just wait to see if those guys are still pushing him. And he has the cover then to try and take them out in the open. But the guys do move back. You can see them trying to go back and confirm that kill, or just leave it for the zone to confirm that. And this now being the last player left in the team for 8R Esports. Well done.
He's currently in a lot of trouble because he's only got 2 bandages. The zone is moving in on him. So he's in a lot of trouble. There's no way he's going to actually be able to swim across without getting knocked by the zone. In comes Epic Bullet now. What is Epic Bullet gonna do here?
Oh, definitely moving. They are still searching, moving through these houses, trying to see, maybe also still trying to loot up a little bit of ammo and healables throughout these buildings. But still, like I said, looking for that last player, trying to finish off the entire team with BJE, keeping eyes on them. They heard the gunshots earlier, definitely waiting for someone to come out from that area and try to run up on them, waiting them out inside the edge or just outside the zone.
Blackjack Esports lost 3 players in that engagement. RILA Insider lost 2 players there. There's the Flames Eagles now against RILA Insider. They did have 2 down. Can they clutch it against Desert Flames Eagles? They have 1 knock. They got 1 very low at the moment. Oh, beautifully done there. Around the corner. And the pre-fire gets down. Beautifully done. And they take out 2 from Desert Flames Eagles right here. And look at Coco there. Beautiful overwatch. Same as yesterday. It's only 6 squads for Desert Flames Eagles left. And it looks like Mzansi took out all of Desert Flames Eagles' luck yet tonight.
And definitely still moving through these buildings and beautifully, finishing those players that he knocked one by one, just making sure that he still gets those points. No chance for them to be revived. And now jumping into Paradise Resort, I mean, a lot more action happening here as well. The shots being fired off, the damage is happening, the violence is happening here as the guys try to smoke their way out of here, actually throwing throwables over to try and, just heal up, get into this fight once again. Very, very close. The guys are getting so low, but still trying to get back into it.
Cyclone Shield Esports still a full team. COBRA 2 in front. Can Cyclone Shield Esports come back with a bang? I would still love to see them come in, show what they're worth. No, because we know they got the skills. They just need to show us that they still have it.
Oh, no, COBRA has definitely, even tonight, on more than one occasion, shown us that they can definitely do it. It's all in them. They just have to move around, get the position on those guys, make sure that they have the cover in case the nonsense hits the fan, so to speak. And and he gets taken out. 6 God, last one out there for that team. Absolutely beautiful. Now absolutely just destroying the box as well. Very, very bad at the players for some reason, but a beautiful, beautiful clutch nonetheless. The DFE guys unfortunately taken out there. Well done to Desert Flame for at least trying to win that fight.
All Coco are currently COBRA versus CLS, Cyclone Shield Esports. Oh, and that nade doing so much damage, but a quick reaction there from Spider, getting on a hill. Oh, and here comes those DBSs. DBS, 1 knock, and a DBS finish it off, and COBRA from Black Cobra gets eliminated. Oh, wow, here coming in with a bang, full force, just praying and praying, and eliminating Team Exodus.
Yeah, I must say the COBRA guys there with that DBS around the corner as well. That was so close. I mean, pulling out so quickly around that corner to get that knock with the DBS, but he was just rushed by so many players at that stage. There was just no way of getting out of that alive, just caught in that little corner, and that was so unfortunate for him, man. There's still quite a few teams left at this stage, still spread out nicely over the map as well. Some of them getting closer and closer to each other as the zone starts moving them in. But we do see the slime guys. I could have sworn I saw the slime guys in the north side outside the zone still. So got to keep an eyes on them. Epic now at this stage, leading this match so far. Beautifully done. Definitely an OP match to watch. Oh man, I love Sanhok. I love the play that the guys have here, getting on the roofs, getting on the rocks, on the hills, all the places that they can take the shots from, and just keep cover. Also keep looking around them to see where the other guys might be coming from, might be trying to surprise them. And yeah, that was definitely 4KT that I saw on top. Beautiful. Look at the bottom as well. The other players there for 4KT still far outside the zone, making sure that they have enough of everything they need, because when they eventually start moving in to the zone to start taking these other teams out, they're going to be needing the bullets and the healables, because they are definitely coming in for the kills as they have been doing in the previous 2 matches.
Definitely looking at the zone, moving down to the south and eastern side, looks like we're going to have a quarry, a final zone of Citizens already moving on in. And Citizens might just run right into Team Apex, which have found themselves a very good, prominent high hill with cover, almost center zone, and Citizens are running directly towards them. They are just going to wake up being lasered from 4 Apex guys just holding that hill. Godya right there on the side. Godya has shown he has the skills. He is a very good scout. HORZ Esports now coming in there, trying to rotate, trying to get a little bit of hills. He's the last player left. Beautiful fight inside boot camp, taking out 1 round with that S12K. Yesterday we saw the DBS just clutching everyone, but it was actually his S12K that has clutched it, and Midnight Mites just flying past him there.
Oh yeah, and being the last one alive as well. Beautifully done. I mean, all 4 kills at this stage belonging to him, and that was a beautiful play that he did inside boot camp, and getting out of there and rotating, like you said, you know, getting into a better position, moving into zone, and making sure that wherever he goes next, he has to stay safe. Has to make sure that he has the cover behind him. He's got the zone that is very close to him. If he needs to move to the next zone, right the edge of it almost, to just keep the zone behind him and keep the enemies from not coming up from behind, keep them in front of him, make sure he knows where they are, but they cannot know what his position is until he can take a couple of them, take a couple of kills, get into a better position, and start once again racking up those points for his team.
Oh, AR pulling up to the mountain and getting eliminated as he tried to shoot one of Mad Knights in the open, when Mad Knights just sent him back to the lobby, told him, hey guy, you don't pull up like that on us, not tonight, not on Sanhok, we'll see you next game. Beautifully done by the Mad Knights. HORZ Esports, Klaus still sitting around a quarter of his S12K, and he is just gonna bang someone's head as soon as he enters, and just like that, he gets down 1, he gets down 2. Oh, and there we go. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful play there from HORZ Esports. Man, that guy is OP. S12K for the win.
Oh, but the beast with a beautiful save there as well. Guys quickly picking each other up, quickly healing up again. And it happens so quickly. I mean, this pickup and the heal is almost as quick as the knocks are. These guys are so quick in what they do. It's wonderful to see that happen. And yeah, he was waiting there. He tried to take them out. I mean, he got 2 beautiful knocks inside that small building. It was so quick. The guys didn't even know what hit them. And then just absolutely coming in. And the reflexes. I mean, besides the guys running out in the open, and then the guy trying to laser them from the top, and then turning around, immediately taking him out. And then we come right next to this, or right to this next fight again. The reflexes on these guys are absolutely insane. Turning around so quickly, shooting back. You know, even if they are just shooting in that direction, they will still hit something. Their reflexes are definitely on fire.
No, definitely. This is not the first time They've been around the block. They know how to play this game. They've played it on a level that is, it is, you can't describe it actually, the route that it takes to actually get to this level. Beautifully done by all these teams, making it to these finals. Our Esports making it into zone. We still got a center quarry zone, and Team Apex is currently now center in the zone. They are looking the best at the moment. Citizens and our Esports, the only other two teams currently inside of zone, and they can gatekeep a lot of players here on these edges that will try to make their way. And I mean, you've got this huge quarry in the open that's taking so much space. So if you actually look at the zone of what is left, how to get into the zone, you got one high hill on the front side, northern side. You got a high hill on the southern warehouses side. The rest is all open. All you have is a few rocks, a few trees, and it's going to be so difficult if they do not play this correctly. A few teams will lose a couple of players right here in these rotations now.
Oh, most definitely. And I mean, the vehicles is also a problem on this map. I mean, this is I have an unspoken rule on this map that I never drive around on it. The thing is that the vehicles are so few and far between anyway. There's nothing to use as your hard cover, nothing to create a little bit of cover for yourself. You can't use the vehicles in this as you do on a map like Miramar or Erangel. Like we've seen in the previous matches, the way that they use them to build their own hard cover for situations like that, where there's too much open ground and the guys don't know where the shots are going to come from. It's just something that is not possible here, especially at this stage, where all of them are just running to keep themselves inside zone. And already, there we go with the knocks, already coming through, the guys shooting at each other, seeing each other behind the hills or behind the walls. So, but quickly being there for the revive again. The support is there, even though the knocks they happen so quickly. The support is always there by these guys, splitting off at most 2-2 when they don't know where the other guys are. But what we saw in the previous match with that 1-3 split from Slime, I mean, that's absolutely beautiful. Exactly knowing where to go or knowing what they need to see before they go to a next position is what these guys absolutely handle to the best of their ability.
Oh, look at that zone shift to the eastern side. 4KT read it beautifully, and Apex and 4KT, the only two teams currently inside the zone. All Esports, they see Mad Knights right there in front of him. Will he take the shot as he crosses the road? That is an easy knock and an easy kill, an easy pickup. Beautifully done by Boyka from All Esports, picking up a kill for his team. They're already on 5 kills. They can rank up a lot more.
Oh, and one of the nades are flying around once again, and now the Oil Owl guys getting taken out by DBSs as well. Definitely trying to see around who's taking shot them, and there goes Boyka being knocked out and confirmed as well at this stage by Apex. And now 2 members left for Owl, 2 members on the top there for the Mad Knights. And what do we have over there? Epic, 2 members, 1 going down to the zone on the outside. Oh, shots getting fired. Oh, another one
goes down. Oh, Guardian goes down. It's all Theodore and 11. 2 players left for Citizens. Can they get the revives in? They have 4KT coming in on the one side. Now the zone is going to kill them. There's absolutely no way he'll be able to get him out. AFX rotating right there next to them as well. But Cyclone Shields Esports, they left 2 players to gatekeep these players, and they sent 2 players to go for zone, for placement, and to go a little bit further. Just how amazing was that? To read it that perfectly, to know these 2 will be able to gatekeep the whole squad while the other 2 focus on getting in.
Oh, and absolutely picking them off one by one. Now down goes the last one, and Apex walking out of that fight. First kill for them for this match though, but beautifully done by Professor. They're just waiting for him to come out of that zone area. For being a zone runner, gets taken out at this stage. And now 4KT moving around these buildings, definitely reading the situation now, trying to see where to go next, where to finish this match with that dinner once again. The guys definitely trying to get that in, and being the third party on the other side, we see guys going down to the play zone once again. EFX, oh man, 1 kill, but eliminated there. Oh, Oh, and the guys are running in slowly over the hill. Look at the 4KT keeping them outside the zone. They've taken this north side of the zone here, and they're definitely on top of this hill. They have the cover around them, and are trying to keep the guys outside. Shots, and taking the first one down already. Apex taking some knocks from them, going down very, very quickly to the guys here from 4KT.
And just look at the split here from 4KT. They're so confident to get free chicken dinners tonight. They send in two to engage. They got two right there on the edge. And the two they sent in to kill just took out the entire team Apex. Just like that, they get their first chicken dinner.
Yeah. Very, very calm from the beginning of the game, sticking to their guns, you know, just moving around, looting up as much as they can, making sure they have what they need for the end of the game. And then when they come into the end of the game, they, like you said, read that zone so perfectly. They know exactly where to go. They are sitting on the edge, keeping the guys outside until the very end of the match, and then just eliminating whatever is in front of them. Absolutely wonderful. Only managed to get 5 eliminations in this match, but still a wonderful match for them nonetheless.
Currently, they are running away with this tournament with one round going out in boot camp, almost first, and then 4KT, the poll leaders, taking another chicken dinner. 3 chicken dinners out of, well, yeah, 3 chicken dinners. Wow, that's 3 in a row. They just pulled off a hat trick. They pulled 4KT pulled off a hat trick. That is an amazing stuff. They didn't go for the kills. Can they get all 4? I wonder. What do you guys think? What do you think, CJ?
That would be very interesting to see, honestly. I mean, they have it in the bag at this stage. They know that they have the strategy working. They basically move around the same side of each map that they can. They always move from the left to the right by the looks of it, and then moving down wherever the zone goes, and then sticking to the north of it, or wherever they see the other guys, they stick to it to see if they can keep them outside the zone, take those eliminations, get the chicken, because that's what's most important for them now, is getting the eliminations as well as the chicken. So moving around and making sure they can make it to that final zone and then get the game in the bag.
100%. But let's hear what our analysts say about this match, because I'm pretty sure Crowns is shouting, he's jumping, he's dancing. I'm pretty sure he's got his shades on again. So let's switch over to Crowns and Isak and see what they're up to.
My, oh my, oh my. And we thought we had seen it all, Crowns.
Man, I was boasting in the chat. I'm out in the chat saying, oh, Slime 4KT didn't do so well in Sanhok yesterday. They're definitely not going to do so well today.
I hold my beer, mate.
I am more surprised than jubilant right now because, you know, first winner chicken dinner, that's good. But, you know, Enigma called it a hat trick, but we call it a turkey.
No coincidence. This is no coincidence.
When you get the 3rd in a row, it's a turkey. Literally, it's no longer a chicken dinner. It's a turkey dinner. What on earth was this from Slime 4KT?
That was brilliant.
I just want to touch upon this. I initially I thought they were going for the hill strat. How on earth did they make it into the zone? I have no idea. And that's why I'm not even surprised that they don't have so much kills up on the board, you know? 5 kills up on the board. I wouldn't even complain. But yo,
they played an absolutely brilliant game, and the reason why I can say that is I specifically watched them the whole game. So they split themselves into 2, one from Sami and the other one from Camp Alpha, and then they came into the zone in the latter part of the cycle. And look at the whooping damage that they did in the final zone against Team Apex, going in the head to 663 damage dealt to their 455. And look at the damage. They basically didn't get themselves in any mechs. They made sure that they were protecting themselves, getting themselves ready. They took a lot of meds and a lot of smokes and a lot of grenades and a lot of ammo into the final circle, and that is how come we can see very few damage being received and a lot of kills in the final zone.
I'll tell you something, Isaac. It takes 100 damage to knock someone. Slime 4KT's whole team received 70 damage all through the game. That means they did not get knocked at all.
At all. None of them. They played it to a
witchcraft.
They
This
played it.
is
It's almost as if they
witchcraft.
could predict the zone.
How? I mean, we see the fact that I'm totally I'm just disorganized right now because I'm too surprised. This was not what I was expecting. But Cyclone Shield though, 12 kills
Yeah,
on the board. Talk about
interesting
a
there.
come up.
They did really really well, and they actually deserved a chicken dinner because of the way they played. They were a bit aggressive,
I'm
a
telling
bit
you.
moving around, you know. But it's just unfortunate that when they came into that zone, Slime 4KT had already mapped the whole terrain of where they
I
were.
know,
They
I
had already
tell
mapped
you.
that place. They had two people in the back watching over side. They got two people right next to the watchtower, and so this guy had no chance. But an interesting team was HORZ there. HORZ
Mhm.
eliminated one round, and they took them out easily in boot camp, and that just completely changed the game there. HORZ Esports, they did extremely well there.
I mean, just one thing I noticed up there was the amount of teams that got 1,000 damage and how many of them were from the bottom of the leaderboards. But let's talk about the
Yep.
MVP. As we see the man, the myth, the legend, the king of the gorillas is going to be none other but RILA Insider Zeke, the man. Finishing, I saw that man take out the players there from Desert Flame Esports out there in Camp Charlie early on in the game, and so deserving for him to get the MVP in this game, able to still top it up with a little bit of survival time and 688 damage. That was wonderful coming in from him. I mean, he got 3 kills and 1 assist. You can basically say that man assisted his whole team in that fight to defend their drop spot. I mean, it must be something of such great honor for them to defend their hot spots, or sorry, their drop spots once again.
And absolutely, as you can see, that the top players boards there, HORZ, Klaus, this guy did an amazing job, but especially on one round. It's almost as if their whole life mission during Sanhok was to eliminate one round
One
and make
round.
sure that they would detail their mission to try and stay up there. They fought them so hard on boot camp, and they came out successful in that particular
Yeah.
situation.
First of all, Zeus makes it to the top fragger list once again. That's the 3rd time in the row. But then I'm seeing this new name in here. It's 11 from Citizens. How about that? They're finally putting in
Ooh.
numbers on the board. We saw him fragging out in Miramar, but I never knew he still had it in him for Sanhok. And then Drago from Owl Esports making it up here. And I think it is about time we start to see Owl Esports player make it up to the top players, the top fraggers on the list, because they've had such hectic performances today. I think this is the 3rd game in a row where they're getting close to 1,000, 1,000 damage done in a game. So I mean, they have to be making it up to these leaderboards.
They definitely have to be now. Esports did extremely well in this particular matchup. They pushed a lot of times, even though they died quite early, but they pushed a lot of time. But interestingly, Slime, oh god, these
I'm
guys
telling you.
were insane.
Before I even go on about Slime, I want to talk about some of the early drop spots, right? Because I wasn't expecting some of them to happen again. Blackjack Esports getting hot dropped again. I didn't see that one coming. But the guys there from Cyclone Shield taking out the Black Cobras on
That was a tough game.
Paradise.
That
I
was
saw
a
that
tough
and I
game.
was like, I'm telling you, I saw that and I was like, wait, Cyclone Shield, are you doing this again? This is not the time to do it. And then in one Paradise, telling them
They
that
love
we have this.
Paradise. I don't know. They just
I'm
love that
telling you.
place.
But another team it didn't work out for was pretty much Exodus. It didn't work out for them.
Oh
But anyways,
yeah, Exodus did
what
it.
Exodus should have done is what Slime 4KT did, especially when, and I'll point out why I'm saying that, because Exodus did get hot dropped in Pioneer yesterday. I expected it would have shifted over to Ruins, but they did not. Slime 4KT got hot dropped in Camp Alpha. They didn't
Yep.
go back there. They went to Ruins that was free yesterday.
Yep.
You've got to watch the games back. Do read
And
the
look at-
analysis.
interestingly, yeah, very, very well. What they did there, they landed around Ruse and around Sammy, and then 2 of them split to Sammy, and the other 2 went to come Alpha. So they stayed there the whole game, pretty much. They did not interfere until the circle got into query. So you can clearly see how very, very relaxed they were. And I cannot stop saying this, Crowns. Every team that wins the winner chicken dinner always has everybody in front of them. They ain't gotta worry about anybody third party in them. They just gotta concentrate on everybody in front of them. Look at how Line 4KT, look at how very, very interesting they played. Look at the way they played. They were out of everybody's sight. Nobody saw them. RILA Inside were fighting on the left side. They didn't engage them until further on. So just when the fight got into query, that's when they became a bit more aggressive and trying to take people out. And they were definitely wanted to go for the chicken dinner. It's almost as if they decided for the chicken dinner instead of the eliminations, just to probably prove a point of going out with the ego of saying we won 3 games in a row.
Yeah, exactly. Just to show that we won that turkey. Exactly. And then we see them now playing in from the south. We would normally see Slime on the north and the east, but this time they're like, Grounds, don't belittle us. We can do more than that. Coming in from the south to do the damage. And this is the thing about quarry zones, right? Everything coming in from the north ran into a whole lot of trouble. Cyclone, Apex, EFX, Citizens.
Because they got to climb up, you see.
Exactly. And it's not even the best of places to play. And then Slime 4KT on these ridiculous splits that they hold. My goodness God. And look at them, two players holding up a whole squad from entering the circle and making sure the circle would do the damage onto Team Apex, and then they were able to get home with that winner chicken dinner. Man, I am so impressed from Slime 4KT. Like, this was absolutely mind-blowing. But one other thing that teams that I'm impressed with, I'm still going to say it, Cyclone Shield coming up, putting numbers on the board. HORZ Esports putting numbers on the board. These are teams that were on the bottom. HORZ Esports putting numbers on the board. And 8R, once again, not having a good game. What is going on, 8R?
I don't know what's going on. They seem to have lost a lot of confidence, or they just not being a bit more tactical than they used to. Maybe in the last game they have to revise and see their jumping spots and probably change it a bit, because the way Slime played, they knew a lot of people's eyes are going to be on them, and so they decided to stay away from people and then only push in when it's important as such.
Exactly, and then this match ranking is something I really want to say, because the players there from One Round Esports, make that Black Cobras, saw that One Round Esports got eliminated in boot camp. They're probably happy this is our time. They got taken out by Cyclone Shield, and look at that, Cyclone Shield able to finish second in that overall match ranking. That is something you really, really want to see. 12 eliminations to go along with it is really, really something to write home about. And Citizens, Team Epic, Owl, Insider, I'm so glad to just see this arrangement of teams. These were teams that we saw on the bottom of the leaderboards, and we already see them putting in the numbers. I like the fact that they took advantage of the Sanhok chaos. They're like, Sanhok is a chaotic map. Let us give them the chaos. This is the map where we can, misbehave. And that is exactly what you do. Part of misbehavior is not being scared. If you're not scared, there's so much you can do. But Blackjack Esports, Black Cobra, EXODU, third time in a row.
All the big guns at the bottom there. And it's very interesting to see Slime 4KT come out of that alive, because the moment they saw one run out, they saw 8R out, they knew that elimination was not going to be enough. They needed those placement points. And so that's why they became a bit more careful and didn't push on to the final set, because anybody that could challenge them were already dead. So they just needed to calm down and get the chicken dinner, get some placement points and some few kills, and they can still maintain their leadership position.
Exactly, and one thing I actually want to say, when Zeus got that kill, 308 damage, it was in the quarry. You needed to see the face on me and Glazer, but we're like, what on earth? Because the camera moved, and we're like, okay, when is this camera going to stop moving? But once again, we don't see as much healing in Sanhok as we saw in Erangel or Miramar. This is actually a pattern here. No one is actually going for the heal strats. This is surprising.
Interesting, very, very surprising, and it's crazy that you have 55 knockouts as well. That's a lot of knockouts on the map.
Slime still on top, taking a 12-point lead. Maybe not the best, but I mean, one round, it's literally down to one game, and we can already closely see that top 8 threshold, it's already getting more and more. Coming into today, if you had 44 points, you were going to be in the top 4. Right now, if you have 44 points, you're just barely holding it up on that top 8 position, which means there is no time to slack. And I'm saying this to Blackjack Esports. You're dropping on the leaderboards. Desert Flame, you're dropping on the leaderboards. And once again, that little jumping up that we see on that other side is going on again. Citizens have now gone up. Apex maintaining. Cyclone Shield now going up. HORZ Esports dropping down again, and we just see that little jump. But anyway, Owl Esports with wonderful performances today. You've got to give it to that team. Now they're in top 4.
Absolutely. How are they there? They and Cobra, how they're still maintaining that position, it beats my mind. It's pretty interesting to see them still there. And you can see Citizens are not too much far away from the 8th position. Any permutation can literally just push them in there easily. But Cobra and Owl are very interesting because they've not won a chicken dinner. Out of the top 8, they haven't won a chicken dinner, but they're still in the 3rd and the 4th position.
I tell you something, I'm keeping my eye out on the Black Cobra. I feel like they're going to win the last game of the day. I mean, they have to. At this point, they need to. But at the same time, we've got people in the chat going all
Slime foolish enough not to think Slime is not going to take it, Crown. Like,
no.
Put your house on them. Come on.
I'm calling out the whole of Slime 4KT right now. I'm calling everybody in the chat. I don't think Slime 4KT is going to get the 4th win in a row.
So
no,
we're all going against Slime 4KT, pretty much.
If I don't even know what I would say I'll do if they get 4 chicken dinners in a row. But right now, I don't think it's doable. Slime? No, I can't do it.
But anyway, it's going to be interesting because the next map is going to be a good one for them.
Exactly. Next map is going to be a good one because we're going back to Erangel where, everyone likes, everyone knows about it. And it's only going to be a matter of time before we wrap up the 2nd day of the African Elite Championship. That being said, I will see you guys real soon as we have to be right back. Oh, we're going back to the casters.
Yes.
We're going back to the casters because Erangel is starting off right off the bat. Do not go anywhere. Let's get into it. No? Let's get into it.
Let's go. Slime.
Slime, baby.
There we go. We're getting ready to enter our last match for tonight. And looking at the analysis, man, just like that, CLS, my underdogs, my boys, just move up that leaderboard. They stepped up, ended 2nd with beautiful kills. Very good gameplay there from Cyclone Shield Esports. Well done. Definitely well deserved. 4KT getting 3 chicken dinners in a row. I cannot believe it. You think they can get a 4th place or what? What do you think? What are the odds?
Man, I'm thinking it's 50-50 at this stage. I mean, there's 11-point difference between 3rd place and 2nd place. There's a 12-point difference between 2nd and 1st. I mean, it's so damn close at this stage. From 4th and down the line, there's a bit more points to make up for the underdogs to really come through and get into that position for the first 3 places, But those first 3 teams are definitely on top there. They have the points. They are so close to each other. It can be literally anyone's game at this stage. Well, definitely the chicken can be anyone's game. But for the first 5 positions, I think it's definitely those guys that's going to make or break this next game.
Oh, yes. Currently, 4KT and 1 round. They have dominated the first 2 days. I mean, 4KT yesterday had pretty good matches, but they didn't get any chicken dinners. And I think the high GL must have had a lot of harsh words. And I said it in the chat as well. I think they played a lot of Candy Crush because, man, their reflexes are OP. That can only come from playing Candy Crush. Beautifully done by 4KT, coming from 0 chicken dinners to 3 in a row today. That is just unbelievable, especially on level of these teams that have made it to the finals.
Oh, no, most definitely. And that 400 sensitivity definitely doing its work in these games, turning around so quickly, like you mentioned, with the reflexes. I mean, the stuff that we've seen tonight, the way that they've played the game, turning around and actually almost knowing where those players are when the shots get taken at them and returning the fire and returning the kills and just absolutely dominating. I mean, the first 2 matches, yes, definitely owning those lobbies, taking the kills, coming from nowhere and actually at the end of the game just dominating completely. This match, however, still moving in relatively the same way that they moved in the previous 2 maps, but moving in from south to north in that final little zone and then keeping the guys outside the zone, not managing all the kills that they did in the previous matches, but still ending up with that chicken dinner and making it a hat trick. It's absolutely beautiful what they've done tonight. So in this last game, I definitely want to see hardcore stuff from them. I want to see them play the rush, go for the kills, just get those points up and make sure that even if they die, a lesser position in the match, by the end of the match, they still need to rack up the points to make sure they can take that win at the end of the day. But definitely the guys that you saw as the underdogs, well, coming up so beautifully. Just before the match, we started speaking about them being the underdogs, and then that happens and they actually start moving up once again. Beautifully done, man.
And just look at these beautiful graphics. All you see is just 4KT. Now, how amazing would it be to have 4KT on 4 slots and 4 matches here? We have a Erangel match coming up. Currently, they took the first 3 games. As you can see, it is all green. It is all snakes. It is all slime 4KT.
And I mean, having the 4 in their name, they must have predicted that they're going to take the win here tonight. Definitely want to see the 4s all 4 times outside or in this graphics, and that would look absolutely amazing. Especially the guys must be smiling from ear to ear. Definitely absolutely beautiful games. And yeah, the last Erangel match tonight, can't wait. Definitely looking forward to this match. I mean, what we started off with tonight, will we end up with the same type of match? Will they start dropping in different places in this match? Are they going to go to the same places that they did in the first one? And what will we see in this match? How will they rotate this one and go for the chicken again?
I think the boys are getting tired. I mean, they had Mzansi, which is the same level. They're now playing African Elite Championships. They have already played 3 matches, so I'm expecting a lot of violence in this match. I think they're gonna go guns blazing. Especially the top dogs. They know exactly where they lead on the leaderboards, so they know what they can lose, which is not a lot. They can still, with 2 days remaining, do a lot to get back to either first or wherever they are on the leaderboard. So I'm expecting the top 5 teams to be playing very, very aggressively in this last match. And then the bottom 15, the bottom from 10 to 15, I think those teams, they're going to step it up. I've got a funny feeling. My bones are tingling. I think we're going to have a huge surprise in this game, but I'm expecting a lot of violence.
Yeah, but that's definitely what we want to see. We want to see those surprises. We want to see the end of the matches come up and absolutely, blow our minds and blow it out of proportion. What we expected to happen in the match, and then see something completely different. I mean, watching the gameplay through the first 3 matches and then seeing something completely different by the last match will be absolutely beautiful. It definitely makes for much better entertainment, and that's what we want to see. That's what the guys are going to provide. I definitely feel the same.
100%. We're about to head off with our final match for day 2, which is going to be a Erangel match. So let's see, where is our flight path going to take us? Will we have a beautiful flight path? Will we have another military-based zone? Or will we see a complete different style? Oh, and there's flight path coming in here from the eastern to western side, just a fast quarry. Not the best flight path you would hope for, especially for the teams that usually land in the northern part of the Erangel, closer to Starburst, Severny, especially the guys there on Zaki and Georgia Pool. They got a long way to go if they would choose their normal primary drop locations.
Yeah, most definitely. This is literally a flip around of what we saw in the first Erangel match as well. Coming from the south side, moving upwards towards the northeast, and now flipping away from the southeast, now going to the northwest. Absolutely complete flip, and it's even more down than it was in the first match. But yeah, there we go with the guys from COBRA already jumping into military base. I always struggle to say that name, but let's just stick to Novo. The guys jumping in Novo, already a couple of teams there in the same area. So definitely from the beginning of this match, we will have a lot of action around here in all the different places of this match. And that's what we want to see. I mean, wherever we are, already getting the first knock of the game. If they are going to finish, that will be the first kill for the game as well. But seemingly he has enough time to crawl behind the wall, but no. I spoke too soon and he gets taken out. First kill for the game. Absolutely wonderful.
And Team EXODU just taking out one player there from Blackjack Esports right here inside Novorobnoye. Beautiful, beautiful play there from Team EXODU. And they clutch it against Blackjack Esports. This is a very, very dangerous team. But Team EXODU also has shown that they can step up to the challenge. They can fight on this type of level. And Mercury taking out one from one round there as well. EFX coming in here, taking out the second pole leaders. They want to get up that leaderboard. They want to rank up as much kills as possible to get those 2 kill points for the first zone. Can they clutch it? Shooting at the door. Mercury. It's all Mercury at the moment. Pyro there on Overwatch.
I mean, it's definitely, like you said, some of these guys must be getting tired at this stage. I mean, some of the plays we've known with them, we've seen them play so many times before. It's like they are not in the element tonight. They're not playing the game that they are used to. But then we see these other teams that you guys have been watching for the last couple of days as well, and the teams that you guys know, the guys from 4KT. I mean, those guys are playing probably the most consistent game tonight that they could play. And that's absolutely beautiful. Look at that wiped out. What? Insane by one round. Yo, once again with a beautiful 3 kills. So quick.
You gotta give it up to EXODU. He had a double barrel. Now, usually, especially when you use a double barrel, you know, you use both shots that you have available immediately after one another so that you at least get a knock from one of the 2 bullets. And he just took out 2 players with 2 bullets without missing a shot. That was just unbelievable for EXODU.
That's absolutely insane. The aim on that guy. I mean, to hit those headshots, like you said, you know, 1 bullet, 1 knock. It's so quick. The double barrel, I mean, it is such a hardcore weapon if you use it correctly. And he obviously does. He knows how to use it. He knows how to get those headshots. Keep the aim up to where it's exactly where it's supposed to be. That was absolutely beautiful, man. I can't even imagine how he must be feeling right now.
Mad Knights there, winning inside Pachinki against all Esports. Mad Knights dominating Pachinki as always. They have shown they belong in Pachinki. This is their home. They know every single window. They know every single corner. They know how to play the roof. As you can already see there, 2 players making the way on top of the roofs. And all Esports, they are struggling at the moment, already losing a player, and they are currently being pressured here by King Gammon there on top, just overwatching all his teammates and using those roofs and high ground to his advantage.
Oh, and I mean, that pressure being put on them definitely confuses them a little bit as well, puts them on the back foot, trying to run around there, being under pressure and trying to scramble to figure out where to go next or stay behind cover, and not knowing exactly where these guys are, with these guys using the roofs so well to their advantage. These guys are just literally scrambling at this stage to try and stay alive. See the one guy sitting by the window. He's been sitting there for a while trying to be the scout and just figure out where these guys are to mark and tell his team what is going on with the other 2 guys moving away to the back. And there he comes, joining them now, making sure that they are safe before he moves back, being the scout for them at this stage.
RILA Insider currently getting run over and firsted there by 6 card. Desert Flames Esports picking up a kill onto RILA Insiders. There's going to be another clash between RILA Insiders and Desert Flames. Somehow, for some reason, these 2 teams keep on taking each other out. They play so many tournaments on this level that they almost have the same strategy, the same rotations, the same drop locations, and they keep on fighting each other. Team EXODU losing 2 players there, and Clown and his team now trying to get away from that engagement and rather go for the next zone. It is still early game. There's still a lot of teams left. There's a lot of players left.
Yeah, and it's definitely the time to run away, so to speak. It's not that you want to run away from it, but getting that placement, staying alive and living to fight another day at this stage is a very important part of the game, especially so early. So definitely, I do not blame the guys for running around a bit or running away from it, so to speak, just to get that position in before they all get taken out without any chance of moving any further.
Desert Flames Esports just wiping out HORZ Esports, as we saw just there. So that means Desert Flames Esports, they are tired. They want to go to sleep. They want to end this match as quickly as possible. And we're seeing a whole different team now currently. Not like the first 3 matches that I played a little bit more strategically. They're coming in here with a bang. And look who is pushing right there past them. It is RILA Insider. Are they going to come back? Oh, what a nade.
Absolutely beautiful. And you said it. That was exactly what it was. It was a wonderfully thrown. It was cooked to perfection. It was just absolutely on point. Well done to Six God for that nade, man. I couldn't even shout it myself. Thank you, Enigma, for giving us that one. Absolutely beautiful, man.
That nade didn't even touch the ground. It didn't do one bounce. It was so perfectly cooked. All he heard was the vehicle pull up, started cooking that nade, got an idea maybe this player is on this angle, threw it in that direction, and it exploded right in his face. Man, that was impressive. Beautifully done. And like I said, Desert Flames, they are on a next level this game.
Oh yeah, most definitely. They are showing us tonight. At this end game, it might be, I don't want to say it's a little bit too late, you know, too little, too late, as they say, but still showing us who they are and why they are here, why they belong here. Definitely showing us that. And it's not like the guys that you usually see just willy-nilly throwing grenades all over the place. Once they see a car pull up, they just start throwing the nades in that direction. This guy had an idea. He listened to exactly where that vehicle stopped. He knew the guy was going to straight get out and drop down to the ground to get behind the cover of the vehicle, and then exactly cooked it to perfection, throwing it over there. And like you said, not even a bounce, just an immediate explosion, taking him out right where he was. Wonderfully done, man. Oh.
Mad Knights continuing the slaughter here onto our Esports. Currently have 2 knocked on them. It is 1 player left for our Esports. Can he clutch it? What is he going to do? They have 1 knock on the other side. It has been revived as well. But it's all down to Weirdo. Now, Weirdo looks like he's pulling back a little bit. He might just try and go maybe for some placement. That is what I would do. And looks like he's doing exactly that. Yep, he is pulling back. All his teammates have been firsted, and he is out of there.
I'd rather live to fight another day. That's what he's thinking right now. Get that placement. Hopefully take some kills along the way, but only when he gets to that final zone or those final couple of zones where he can move in for that third-party position. Make sure that he can get the kill and not just the knock once he gets to the position where he wants to be, and not end up in this position of the game so early in the game going down. It won't help him now at all. With the rest of the team out, I mean, this guy's just gonna want to stay alive at this stage. And look what we have on the top of the ranking in this game already. Absolutely beautiful by the guys from Desert Flame. I mean, they are moving in, and guys, COBRA is following close in third. I mean, it's so tight. Even if it doesn't look like it in the points, it is so tight at this stage.
Desert Flames Esports already on 14 points. And just like that, from the start of the match, there's still a long way to go. A lot of teams, a lot of kills that they can get. And they're already on 14 points. We might just see a high kill record if they play it smartly. Now look at all these teams starting to rotate in, with the majority of the teams aiming for that center position, as it's most likely going to move down southwest towards the quarry side.
Oh yeah, I see that the same way. Definitely moving down to Quarry, Ferry Pier. That's where the zone might end up being. And these guys are now just moving a little bit with their vehicles, getting closer to zone, then spraying at the other vehicles driving past them. It's so interesting to see all these teams moving up from the northeast. All these teams in the same area moving back down into zone. It's something that it's beautiful to see. You know, they know exactly where to go, and even if they know there are so many teams around them, each one of these teams know that when that team comes past them, 1 in each vehicle or 2 in each vehicle, 1 will spray them. They will get out of the vehicles and spray the other vehicles. They are still going to get those kills as they move into the zone. It's absolutely beautiful to see, man. I am so blessed at this stage. I feel so blessed seeing all this happening. It's absolutely wonderful.
That is quite an amazing skill to have. Black Cobras getting one block. Oh, and he goes down. Here comes Spider. Spider with a beautiful follow-up. Gets him down, saves his teammate, and they pick up 4 kills. Beautifully done by Cobra Esports without losing a player. Got a team Apex there just on the other side. Sage already pulling up. He heard the third party. He heard the shots. He knows there's one knock. Can he get it? Can he get another knock? A kill for his team. He is the last one left, so this is a huge risk for Team Apex at the moment, but he is not scared. It is all cage at the moment.
But I must say, one round moving up so quickly on them there as well. We have one round on 10 points already. They just behind guys there from Desert Flame, but still the Desert Flame guys are definitely pushing in this game to show us who they are, to take those kills, to take those points. They are pushing so hard. I hope to see a lot more of that before the end of this game. With the one round guys, well, all these teams, I mean, it is definitely not easy for me to say who will come out on top of this one. It is so OP to see all these guys, all of them, so OP players, so many OP players in this match. It's really, really wonderful.
I see all his teams now starting to make the rotation, taking a couple of shots at everyone rotating past them, and so many teams have lost players in these rotations already in this final game. Or Team Citizens getting right in front of Cyclone Shield Esports, and it's none other than Danny Brown focusing on scoping in there onto Citizens. He's waiting to get that first knock for his team. Will that initiate a push? Are they going to start pushing? Still 0 points for him up until now, but they are still in it. They still got 4 members up. They can still pull up a hat trick. Nothing wrong with holding a position there and pushing when you're ready. Looks like goes there from Citizens. He has an idea, just scoping those compounds out, seeing what he can see, give some information. I wonder if they do get the knock now. Surely they won't do a push. There's only 2 of them left.
Yeah, it's very hard for them. It's like you said, just holding that position now, scouting at this stage. That's all they can do right now, just making sure that they are not being surprised by a full team rushing them, which would mean the end for them if they cannot pull off that clutch. But definitely looking at each other through those windows, the 2 teams on opposite sides, neither of them taking the shots. I wonder actually at this stage if they are even aware of the other team's presence in that same area. They must have seen one of the guys, or one of the teams might have seen the other one moving around here, definitely looking in the same direction. But are they aware of the location? And there go the guys. Are they coming this way for the clutch? Just one moving in the vehicle, just distracting them at this stage. Trying to hear where the shots are coming from. Melia, goes down. BJE taking a knock. Another knock. But goes down to the back.
Blackjack Esports all down to Reverb, the last player left, and in comes Octane. Octane also the last player left. There's going to be Reverb versus Octane. Can Reverb clutch it for his team? Octane, he has a little bit of cover there for the vehicle. Beautifully done, but it's all Reverb at the moment. And he's going to go in for the revive. But no, Octane comes around the corner. Beautiful pre-fire, and he gets ghosted from the side. They get eliminated by Mad Knights. Beautifully done. Blackjack Esports survive that engagement. He can get a revive in and be a 2-man team yet again. In comes the third party now.
I mean, once again in a game, a team being saved by the Beast. This is not the first time it's happened tonight. The Beast saving teams left, right, and center from far away, taking out the last player that almost had him down. And now he goes down. Beautifully done.
Blackjack Esports eliminated with 4 kills in total, 12th position, but they tried their best. Unfortunately, had one member lost there inside Novo. Well done indeed, coming out this far. And just look at this ditch. This is basically where the final zone marches in, because it has so many times right around this little hut inside this ditch. Ended right here. So everyone is going to gun for this ditch. This is going to be the hard spot for this match. And you can already see a couple of teams there making their stance inside that ditch. We do have Owl Esports there. You've got 8R Esports there. Desert Flame Esports looks like they're in the backside still hunting. Owl Esports, last member left. It's all down to Weirdo.
Yes, and everyone definitely still hunting. Weirdo just keeping that area, making sure that he knows where he is, where the zone is going to, and that he stays safe at this stage, that no one can see him, making sure that no one has seen him up to this point, making sure he stays out of sight until he knows where the next zone is going to go, where he needs to move to stay safe at this stage, while these other guys are definitely hunting. I mean, whether it be one, and it gets taken out with a nade. Escanor right there in the ditch. Beautiful. Man, these guys are hunting, killing with nades. I mean, I don't know if that was expected, if he heard the car coming towards him, just started cooking the nade, but there was once again such a beautiful throw right in front of him. Oh.
Yeah, these guys definitely on a next level, predicting where players are using everything they have to actually. Oh, what a nade onto Cobra, Black Cobra getting knocked there. Black Cobra down to 3 players, and they're fighting against the Mad Knights. And looking at the leaderboard there, Mad Knights is already standing on 10 points in total. They're playing this very good at the moment. Or they might just get another knock through the smoke. The Beast, yet again, almost taking out another player.
Oh yeah, and such a beautiful spray down the hill, moving outside of the zone now, trying to get back in his vehicle and rush into it with the guys at the bottom. Cobra getting into the buildings now, holding this, while Desert Flame moving up on them. And I can see they look at the 1 round score though, already on 13 points, so close to Desert Flame. I mean, it's at this stage between the two of them that it might actually take this match.
And there's our next zone location, moving up a little bit more northeastern side, and it's going to be right across that ditch we just talked about. You can see a couple of players there dying towards play zone, and in comes Cobra. Cobra versus Desert Flames. Gets down Bearden, beautifully done by Hamady. Will the rest of Desert Flame Eagle fly in? 6 guard on the side there. It's all down to 6 guard. Hamady wanted to go for that push, but decides not to, as there's just too many from Desert Flame Eagles, all watching the angles there, and it's none other than our King Flocko.
Oh, and definitely some beautiful cover fire. I mean, once he tried to go in for that finish, the guys were already firing in that direction, keeping the cover fire on, keeping the pressure so that they can get back to their teammate for the revive, not leaving a man behind, not sacrificing anyone, definitely covering him in the best way possible. And Cobra almost getting sprayed out of the vehicle, but that jump out and immediate lie down. Once again, the reflexes on these guys are on another level. The nade flies in towards 6 God, but he knows exactly where to throw it himself. Although taking damage definitely gives a little bit of his position away with the guy pulling out the molly in front of him. This time he's nade though, not finding its mark. But from the other side, Flocko coming to take that knock though. Beautifully done.
Beautifully done by Desert Flame. Already standing on 16 points in total. Man, they came back with a bang. They've been very quiet the first 3 games. They didn't have the best of luck. They didn't have the zones. Got third party so many times, and now that it is their time to shine. They are just aggressive this match. They are just rushing every single engagement they can find. Like I said, I think they are tired after so many matches after Mzansi, and then now the African Elite Championship as well. They want to finish this game early.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Everyone wants to go to bed now. It's about that time. The way that they've played tonight, I mean, the way, unfortunately, that they've been taken out in the first 3 matches here tonight, definitely showing us why they are here in this match, but still, the time that they want to go out of this now, they want to get done with this, and hopefully still rack up that win for this final game here tonight, and they are doing, Flocko, look at that, what a night. I mean, Flocko already once again on point. Unfortunately, one of them getting taken out. Citizens coming through for the return fire, taking that knock. The guy is definitely pushing for the end of this. Like you said, very aggressive, trying to get it in. Once again getting taken out. Oh, man. Down to one player now.
It's all down to Ghost. Can he get a revive in? It's all down to Flocko. They did so good. Just this push was, I think, a little bit too aggressive with the amount of teams currently remaining in such a small zone. Surely they must have known there is absolutely no way you're going to rush a team in the open by running without getting hit in the back from other teams. Mad Knights doing superbly there at the back, just staying on the edge of zone, and they are just gatekeeping everyone that's flying past them, running in the open, crawling, crouching, whatever they're doing, rolling polies, and they're just knocking everyone at the moment.
Oh, but down one of them go. Just as we speak of them, the guy's trying to push them from the opposite side as well. Well done to Flocko for actually staying alive still and trying to see where those guys were. Very, very unfortunate choice for them in that push that unfortunately took out most of his teammates there, but still nonetheless trying to stay alive, trying to make it to the end of this game. Still 7 teams alive. This zone is super small and the guys are aggressively pushing up on each other, taking the shots in the small building, hoping that someone was in here, but getting the kill on the outside nonetheless. And it's still the guys pushing from all different directions. Mollies, grenades, everything flying all over the place. Once again, a chance for these guys to use their vehicles. And there we go with Flocko getting another knock. Another elimination for him. Beautifully done, man. Yeah, oh, 1 round. The 2 players that are left still trying to clutch for this win. Players split on either side of the road. The guys are trying to get them the smokes behind and in front as well. The smoke walls are flying out, Joe, and the guys have just no idea where they are. But you can see how well they can predict through the smoke, through the buildings, where these guys will be, or where they are rotating to. They can hear where the shots are coming from. They can see where those mollies and nades come from. And look at that, Escanor, another knock.
Definitely, and look, it's none other than Cyclone Shield Esports. They've the Blame Esports now get eliminated with 11 kills in total in 6th position. But it is Cyclone Shield Esports that are fighting it out with the 2nd place leaders, and they are standing their ground and they're doing so good. They do get a knock here from Flex, 1 round down to their last player. They do have 2 inside of zone already, and Cyclone Shield Esports have finally woken up. They've finally chosen violence instead of whatever they call the first 2 matches. Previous game and this game, they are handling this exactly as they should. They have relaxed a bit. I think the pressure was a little bit too high, might be, but they are back with a bang. And they do take out 1 round there. Beautifully done by Cyclone Shield Esports, ending it up with 4 teams now remaining.
Oh, and it is so tight at this stage as well. Apex, unfortunately, not managing any kills at this stage. Cage being the only one still alive and being watched here by 8R. He's looking all around, trying to see where these other players are. He's got more eyes on the guys in front and takes him down. Beautiful shots there on Mad Knights. He does manage to get a knock. Quickly boosting himself up, though. Also, his teammate not too far behind him, though, trying to pop that nade through the window, but deciding against it for now.
8R Esports, Matro still alive, still a solo player. He's getting so many placement points now currently for his team, just getting as much as possible. But Cyclone Shield Esports, 2 players left. They are the only team currently inside of zone. This might just be their chicken dinner if they play this. Oh, down goes Manny YT. Now it's all down to Roach. Looks like I spoke just a bit too soon. 8R still 2 players up. Mad Knights 1 player. Team Apex 1 player. Still anyone's game. Who's going to take it? What's it going to be for final game for day 2 AEC Finals?
And I must say, Apex player there crawling up behind the beast. So sneaky, getting up right behind him, taking those shots, immediately taking him down, and then getting taken out by 8R so quickly. That was a beautiful play by the guys. And look at that. What a nade. end the game. That is what I love to see, man. That final nade, absolutely beautiful game, man. Well done to the winners of this match.
8 are definitely taking the final game, but Cyclone Shield Esports there in second position as well. 8 are 12 kills in total, 1,689 damage. That pushes them up to an overall rank of 4 with a total points of 73. Beautifully done by the Blood Brothers.
Oh no, definitely so well done for these guys. I mean, 12 eliminations in one match. That's definitely a good game for them as well. The damage definitely speaks volumes. The way that they played here, ending up with an overall standing like that. I mean, they came from seemingly nowhere as well. And we were expecting 4KT to take this match as well tonight. We were hoping to see all 4 green logos on the artwork there, but unfortunately they didn't manage this one tonight. And I definitely from the beginning of this match was hardcore rooting for the guys from Desert Flame as well. They started off so well, but unfortunately that one mistake, that one poor choice in rushing that one team, unfortunately taking out most of their teammates. But Flacco is still managing to stay alive for a little longer, and just definitely representing the team in the best way.
100%. Desert Flames Esports, as well as the Mad Knights and 8R, the 3 teams that stood out this match, raking up a lot of kill points, being very aggressive and getting those placements as well. Beautifully played by 8R with those rotations there, actually managing to get into that final zone and then push Cyclone Shield Esports, getting that first knock, and then both working together to get the chicken dinner. But we'll wait and see what our analysts are going to say about this match.
Well, that is a huge sigh of relief. A huge sigh of relief for me.
You didn't get to go bald.
Because there was I mean, it was a tough start from the beginning. That was a very horrible flight path to even start things off in that Erangel game. Not even good for many of these teams. And part of that, I will cut the players there from Team Exodus a slack, because they finally decided to answer me and not go over to military base, and they went to Novo Repnoya and still had to fight against Blackjack Esports. So that was kind of sad. But one thing I'm happy to see, the bottom teams are doing well in the final
They
game.
did really well in the final game. They pushed up 8R brothers. They really did really well in this particular matchup. They kind of changed the way they played a bit. They moved into zones a bit early. They also made sure that they didn't land in a hot spot, so they kind of groomed themselves into the first position. There you can clearly see with Yaya coming with 4 kills, Metadog with 4 kills, and Mons with 1, and Nagato with 0. So it was kind of like they needed that confidence to try and get that chicken dinner, and then from there they can probably see what they can do tomorrow, because they didn't really play aggressive as they used to, but they needed that chicken dinner.
Yeah, exactly. And another team that I would say needed that chicken dinner was Cyclone Shield Esports, right? But they were able to clutch up a second place finish, which is something I'm impressed to see from them. Cyclone Shield, although taking so much shots, so much fights, but not able to retaliate just as much, as they were only able to get 4 kills, but they received about 1,000 damage, and that is actually a lot of damage to receive for a team. But the damage being dealt from
A lot of fights there.
and the damage coming through from the 8R Esports boys, man, that was absolutely wonderful. They needed this last game. And just like Enigma was saying, many of these teams are getting tired, right? But the 8R Esports, they were able to capitalize on that fatigue coming from the other teams. And that is exactly what they did in the last game, right? To kind of sweep it home, to show other people that, you know what, whenever you guys seem to be tired, that is when I am going to be picking my things up, you know? And then starting up this game so well, and then, you know, putting up the numbers on the board. But Desert Flame Esports started off with a banger. A huge banger, and they were able to get 18 points on the board with 1,800 damage. Talk about balance. That is huge balance.
That is a huge balance right there. Different Flames coming in with those 18 kills, and another consistent team in one round, always in and around the top four,
Mhm.
as you can see, coming in with 15 kills, and that is extremely important for the leadership because one round is 15 points away from Slime KT just by the number of kills, and we have not even
Yeah.
talked about placement points. So this can potentially change because you remember it was 12-point gap.
Yeah,
But this
not just
could
potentially, it
literally
will.
change everything. So that is why it's very important to stay consistent and also make sure that you have a balanced play in and around the whole map.
I mean, I don't know what else you've got consistency. I'm not even gonna hit the boys from Slime 4KT for that one. But our MVP, it's gonna be none other but Yaya from 8R Esports coming in through. That's the MVP for the match though. For that last Erangel game, 294. He was able to do times two, though times four actually the damage, 812 with 4 kills to find himself in 2 assists. That is a balanced player all around because he was able to not just get kills for himself, but also to assist his teammates get some kills. They had 12 kill points in total, and this man was involved in 6 out of those 12 kills. That goes to show you just how well. That is half of the team kills that only this player is involved in, and that goes to show you why he is deservedly the MVP. But let's now talk about the top fraggers. I saw Escanor starting with that wonderful wipe onto EFX in the beginning of the game with the shotgun. Man, he's like,
Man,
Storm,
that
I'm
guy,
coming for that crown.
that shotgun did a lot of damage in that beginning of the rounds there. And Escobar, as you know, he's a top fragger. Indeed, he knows
Mhm.
how to kill. He is a really, really dangerous person to have in your team, and especially not a nice person to have on the opposite side. But Flaco also coming with the Desert Flame Esports guy did extremely well, and they must be very, very disappointing coming on the losing
Mhm.
side of that particular fight with Blood Brothers because they were really, really fragile. They had more kills than them. They were a bit more aggressive than them in a really, really well balanced play with Flaco coming with 5 eliminations, Yaya coming with 4 eliminations for Blood Brothers, and Matador with 4. So they've got we've got two Blood Brothers, we've got two one-round people, people, and then we've got Flaco coming in as probably the Dark Knight in this particular scenario.
Exactly, and you can just see that that little kill rampage that Desert Flame went on, able to bump them up to second place. And once again, they wouldn't get so much placement points, but they will get those elimination points to put on the board. 20 points to boost them up. That is as much points as Slime 4KT got in the first game for winning the game. So that goes to show you just how much the players there from Desert Flame Esports actually, did well. Exodus not finishing with a goose egg, but they still died early in the game, only getting 2 points, which was pretty much 1 kill. Not the best of performances. Apex putting in numbers on the board, though these are small numbers. We want to see that Apex that we saw in the group stages. We want to see the Apex that we saw in the regional finals. This is what we want to see from you. But Cyclone Shield able to put 10 points up on the boards. That is nice to see from them. I didn't like the way they took the fight against one round esports, but I mean a team that is coming to push you with already 8 kills to their name. They have all the momentum in the world.
Exactly, all the momentum in the world. And let's talk about the elephant in the room here in Slime 4KT. They did a terrible gameplay. I think the first 3 rounds kind of got into their heads. They decided to play Erangel like they played Sanhok, and it went terribly wrong. It could never have gone this wrong. You can never think that things would have gone this wrong, but it did go very, very wrong for Slime 4KT, and they are going to get really, really punished with all the hype and all the points that they've accumulated, that it could easily get sunk into that whole fame and all that lie, because one round is, as you can see, is very consistent in the way they've maintained them shape, and that is what is going to give them a lot of anchor and a lot of stronghold in the leadership position. But Slime 4KT, they continue like this, they're going to drop down so fast they wouldn't be able to come back up.
Exactly, and Enigma did say it, right? It was like it takes just one good game, but at the same time, it takes just one bad game. And that is what Slime we're suffering. But let's talk about the MVP for the day. We've seen this man on every single board. It is none other but one round Escanor. I'm so pained I don't get to see his face, but I hope I see his face soon. 26 kills in total, not just from today actually, but like overall after 8 games. That is interesting. And 4,000 and 95 damage. That is a lot with 5 assists, and that man definitely doing a lot. You see, his average survival time is 18 minutes. That goes to show you that this man doesn't even survive for that 25 minutes, which is like the full length of a game. All this man needs is literally less than 20 minutes, and he's doing this much. Man, that is absolutely, I don't even know, mind-boggling, man.
This guy is crazy because for an average of 18 minutes in the game, all the games we've played so far, that is ridiculous. And look at the overall leaders.
How about that? And now we get Slime 4KT having 3 players out there on that board. How about that? Like, imagine having 3 players from Slime 4KT up on the leaderboards. That just goes to show you just how well this team has played. This was Blackjack Esports as of yesterday, but today now we're going to be saying Slime 4KT is that team that is being balanced, not just one person carrying. And we see Pronto coming all the way to the number 10 spot, and Zeus actually on that 5th spot is something that actually does call my name a lot, and it's something that I like to see. Storm being pushed down to 2nd place there by Escano, because Escano has been on an absolute rampage coming in for the day, and Amodi also not making sure to sleep on whatever is going on in this lobby. Team Epic Zodiac being on this point board is something that actually kind of surprises me, especially given the fact that Team Epic didn't have the best of games today, but it's something that I enjoy to see. Him able to put 12 kills on the board, all up on that leaderboard, is something I enjoy to see. The fact that, you know, Modi is on that board with only 15 minutes of survival time, it just goes to show you that that player knows exactly what he's doing. He doesn't need that much time to do the damage. Moha also too, doing as much damage. And now, just as Isaac was saying, we'll be seeing one round jump again to the top of the leaderboards, this time with a 6 points lead onto the players there from Slime 4KT. And this is where the race starts, because we have only 2 days to go. So right now, you can't keep slacking, but one round running away with those elimination points, 75 points on the board. That is absolutely insane coming out from them one round this sport. They played super overly consistent today. I mean, you'd say Slime 4KT played consistently today, but I mean 3 out of 4, one round, 4 out of 4. They didn't need to win the games. All they just needed to do was stay consistent and get those kills. And that is what they've done. Blackjack Esports jumping down to the leaderboards again. And I was saying, now they're on the 8th spots. This is where they are under fire. They have to continue doing well by tomorrow. EFX also dropping, but Desert Flame able to find their way up to 5th position is something that I really, really like to see. I called them out before this game that you guys are dropping. You need to pick up the pace. And that is exactly what they did. Cyclone Shield still jumping up this time. And Apex is the one that's gone down. Citizens still maintaining. Players there from RILA Insider, they dropped, exactly. So I'm like, this jumping going on the other side of the board is something that needs to stop. Many of the teams, they need that pop-off game, like a huge pop-off game. Say like the pop-off game Desert Flame just had is the kind of games that these teams from 10th to 12 need to find for themselves. And anyway, this is what we've got, the points accumulation between Slime 4KT and one round. You can see one round in yellow, and you can see the players there from Slime 4KT in white, and you can just see how they've been climbing. You saw Slime 4KT coming in from yesterday. You saw them going up. They've gone up to the leaderboards, but then when it came, this is how they're gathering points, right? The amount of points they're getting. But then in that last game, just because they lost early, you can just see that beautiful, huge decline coming in through. But look at the incline coming through from the players there from one round. And in case you're wondering, what is that decline over there? That decline was what happened in Sanhok. Every single Sanhok game is what has caused the decline for the players there from one round esports, as we always see them die early in that bootcamp fight. And that is something that going into tomorrow, I want to see if it's still going to happen. I know these teams are very stubborn, but one round esports at this point, maybe they're going to do, third time is the charm. Maybe it's going to take 3 times of clearing them for bootcamp before they finally agree to leave bootcamp for HORZ Esports, because right now them man are just taking in the fights. And yeah, we still continue on that head-to-head, because I mean, this is our top 1 and top 2 teams on the leaderboard. Time for KT receiving the most damage, but doing the most damage is going to be the players there from one round esports, as they're able to bag 9,700, close to 10,000 damage in just 8 games. That is a whole lot of points and a whole lot of damage being put up on the board. But that Q difference is absolutely outrageous, Isaac.
Absolutely outrageous. That kill difference. Look at that. That is insane. Look at the number of knockouts these guys have got as well. And look at the number of utilities being used. That's almost, if you combine them, that's a whopping 260 something utilities being used. These guys are playing the game at its highest level.
I'm telling you, and one thing I just want to point out from One Round Esports, this goes to show you just how much the third party any fights they see. They've only knocked out 56 players, but they have 75 kills. That's like 20 kills that they stole. And that is just amazing. And here we've got our two top fraggers.
Wow.
Escano the number one and Slime the number two on the right. And you can just see the difference. I mean, Escano taking this one with like 1,000 damage difference from Storm.
Absolutely, and the damage received is also less as well. So that tells you Storm 4KT is getting themselves in a lot of trouble there. He's a real trouble character there. But 26 kills to Escano and 19 to Slime 4KT. That is pretty interesting. And a very interesting thing is also the survivor time. So that tells you the kind of the difference in play between Storm and then Escano, in the sense that Storm 4KT kind of, plays a bit tactical, a bit pragmatic, try to go for the chicken dinner, try to stay alive, and that's gonna kind of goes with the flow, and try and stay alive as well. But most often than not, dies before the final zone.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I was saying. Like one round, Escano, it doesn't need that much time to to kind of put the numbers on the board. And here are the player statistics from the whole of Slime 4KT, as we can just see the numbers going through. We saw 3 of these players appear on that top leaderboard. And I have a feeling that if Plaza did not play Sacrificial Lamb a lot today, he most likely will be keeping up to double-digit kills just like the rest of his teammates. But you've just got to admire the assists coming through from Pronto 4KT right there. 12 assists for his team. That is so nice.
He is really good. Him and Plaza.
Exactly. He and Plaza putting up the numbers.
Yeah, the way they play, Plaza seems to be the guy always on the car, driving around, scouting, making sure he's seen everything, and he's probably corresponding everything back to his teammates. And then you got Zeus, and then Slime there, Storm there, kind of going in and fragging and taking people out when the call outs have been made.
Exactly, and right now, looking at one round in comparison to Slime 4KT, I would just say Slime 4KT, there's players doing assists, but for one round, you can tell that these guys are working for their kills. I mean, the number of assists are not even close to 26 kills that Escano has, which means that man is doing all of this killing with no assists. Man, he's out here fragging all on his own.
Individually, they're very, very confident. These guys are individually very brilliant, and as a team, they've come together and they're still fragging, and they understand the game in a different way. They probably understand the total point system. They are probably very experienced in these kinds of leagues, so they know that it's not just about a winner chicken dinner, but it's more about getting more of the points in the leadership boards.
Exactly, we're getting more longest kill distance today, as we see 308 coming through from Zeus 4KT. That was that Sanhok craziness. To think that the longest kill would come from Sanhok, not even Miramar, that is absolutely amazing. And the total healing is reduced today. People are not getting touched.
Yeah, I feel like people are getting more aggressive. So once they down you, they push. In the first day, we found a lot of people downing some people and kind of waiting. They get revived and all of that. But this time they've learned their lessons. So once they down you, they push you hardcore, and they make sure that you do not survive that.
Yeah, and I think that is why that is all, because the total rescue reduced today, right? Increased today, sorry. Like it increased today to 66, but it just means that even though they're reviving players, no one is allowing anyone heal up. The instant they knock you, you've got 6 seconds to revive, but that other team has got 6 seconds to push you. So the instant that revive is coming up, you're getting knocked back instantly, because ain't no way you're going to get revived today. But look at that. It's all green here, isn't it?
It's all green here indeed. The first match of Erangel Slime 4KT, Miramar Slime 4KT, Sanhok Slime 4KT, and Erangel, they completely went bad for them, and Blood Brothers taking the show there. But as much as I say, it's not just about a winner chicken dinner as we praise it to be, because underneath it, there's a fundamental point system that I believe will be very, very interesting to see.
Yeah, I think the Blood Brothers are just like, you know what, guys? We'll probably do bad every day, but we'll win the last winner chicken dinner of the day, because that's the same thing they did yesterday. Had bad 3 first games, or maybe not so bad, but I mean, they didn't win any game till the last game, so maybe they're like, you know what? It's going to just be the last game for us. But anyway, that being said, that was actually a whole lot of numbers put on the board by many of these teams. Like, bruh, I thought yesterday was going to be, maybe craziness because we just started. But I mean, you said it today. Everyone's going to go all out.
Everybody's gonna go all out because at this point there's nothing to lose. You just have to go for it because at this point, if you won that $800 or $400, you have got to make it work. And so you've got a lot of time in your hands. 24 hours. The teams have probably got it together. Probably watch the streams, trying to see a little more strategy of how to probably push it, how to probably manage the circles and all of that. And so people are just getting better and better. And definitely tomorrow it's gonna be one hell of a day.
Exactly, because many of all of these teams would have come back to the stream to watch what they did wrong today, what they can do tomorrow, where not to be, where to go, what is next for all of them. And they will be able to do many of this analysis. And like we said, some of these teams really need to stand up and step up their performances, right? With one of those things, Exodus, many of the teams that we said need to step up today, they kind of stepped up, but maybe not enough, right? And I'm talking to the players there from Cyclone Shield, Team Apex, even the Mad Knights. I'm going to call you out today. Blackjack Esports, right? We didn't get the most of performances coming in from you guys today. And seeing the foot Blackjack ended on yesterday, I would have actually expected that they did better today.
I was expecting that too, and hopefully Citizens can also push themselves up a bit because they really were in the top 8 there, but they have gradually dropped down to the bottom part, and so they definitely need to step up. And one round just need to keep up with the consistency.
Yeah, exactly.
But they have different plan for KT for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Today is Slime 4KT's day. The entire West is going to be happy about that one. But guess what? You will be happier tomorrow because we have come to the end of today's stream. We've enjoyed so much. We've had so much fun. I'm pretty sure my chair is going to be happy by the time I stand up because I've been doing a lot of jumping today. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be more tomorrow. But that being said, it's been me, your boy Crowns, and Isaac Einstein here, coupled with the production team and Enigma as well as Glazer Bots today. That being said, get used to these faces because you're going to be seeing them again. And that'll be tomorrow, same time, same place. Do not go anywhere. Actually do go to bed and have a wonderful night rest. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Good night. See you guys tomorrow.
One, two, one, one, two, one, 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 two, one, one, two, one.